evening, race fans, and welcome to another presentation of Delaware Speedway Racing, brought to you by Oil Guard, live on Rogers TV. Chris Soar is alongside late model, well-known driver here at Delaware Speedway and around the province, Mr. Cole Powell from Mount Bridges, Ontario, who is off tonight. We got lots to talk about this evening. We got plenty of racing. Ontario Sportman Series in the house tonight, plus we have the Bone Stocks and the V8 Stocks. We also are going to head down trackside to Joey Langdon, our pit reporter tonight. Joey.
Hi everyone, I'm down here in pit lane today, right by Victory Lane. And let me tell you, down here you can really feel the wind. That's going to give guys a lot of advantage coming out of turn 2. It's really crazy down here. We got the Ontario Sportman Series coming up. They're always fun to watch this track. It can be a lot of fun tonight. Excited to see it.
All right, Joey Langdon will be our pit reporter this evening here at Delaware Speedway. Let's go to the V8 stock standings as they're set to run this evening. Kyle Mesenberg right off the hop. He's up by 10 points on Jeff Ferguson, Ethan Orr, rounding out the podium right now. Early season standings for the V8. Then Chad Clutterbuck, Jordan Morris, Dave Evison, Trevor Jones, Clay Stevenson, Jesse Kennedy. On the card tonight, we're going to have qualifying with the Ontario Sportsman Series. They're just getting set on pit road. Let's go to Cole here because I'm very interested. And Joey mentioned it down trackside, and we can feel it up here as well in the tower. There is a strong wind. It's been windy all day long. It is blowing hard down the back. So behind the cars as they go down the back stretch, and then they're going to hit a wall of wind coming out of turn 4. From a driver's perspective, can you feel that?
You can a little bit. We're not at Daytona, we're at Delaware, so it's not the world's biggest problem here. The billboards do a pretty good job of blocking all that wind down there once you're in the car. Coming out of turn 4 might be a little bit of an issue, but honestly, if you're coming in and telling the crew that the wind's upsetting the car, they might look at you pretty funny.
And there you see the flags just behind the concession stand here at Delaware Speedway, blowing really good. Bone Stocks on the card tonight as well. Let's go to the standings. Jeremiah Rabideau out front just by 1. Pretty close with Joe Lawrence in the 78. Jordan Willems right now rounding out the podium. And Phil Given, Nathan Rea, Matt Langford, Jay Cox, Jason Craig, Joe Kicks, Chris Lawrence rounding out the top 10. Let's go to the Sportsman Series, or the feature series of the evening. Mike Renniak Jr., another 1-point lead, 116 over Chad McGlynn's 115. He's well known here at Delaware Speedway. So is Kevin Trevlin, Brendan Patrick right there. A threesome of cars in the number 3 spot. The number 5 spot, driving the number 3. Sean Maglin, McCullough, Patrick Shepard, and then Corey McAllister and Kevin Lay with 81 points in the 10th spot. Have you seen, before we go to break, Cole, have you seen a lot of, I know you've been busy with the late models, but have you seen the other divisions this year race at all? And if you have, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, usually when you're done tweaking on the car down in the late models, you'll try to catch a bunch of the other racing. I have noticed that there is a ton of Bone Stocks. I don't know how many, but there's a lot. I haven't seen the Sportsman Series yet this year, but in the past they usually put on a pretty good show here at Delaware. And now that the new asphalt's on the outside, should be interesting to see if somebody can make that lane work.
Yeah, and we'll get your take on that too as the night progresses. When we come back, we'll get qualifying done with the Sportsman Series, the Bone Stocks, the V8 Stocks in action. Tonight, it's Rogers TV, Delaware Speedway Racing, brought to you by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between. Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing. Rogers TV presented by Oil Guard from Delaware, Ontario. Chris Soares and Cole Powell. Night off from the late models. This gentleman here going to help us with some call. We have Joey Langdon down pit side, just completing the parade lap here at Delaware Speedway. And if you haven't been to Delaware Speedway before, the parade lap is simple. They highlight the pace car, the tow vehicles, the emergency crews, all the people that help put the racing on a daily basis. And Cole, obviously the emergency crews are very, very important here.
Yeah, very important. And Delaware does an awesome job with their safety crew. I've hit about every wall here growing up, so yeah, really can respect the safety crew here. And I've been to a lot of tracks as well, so hats off to the Delaware safety crew.
On tap tonight, we have the visiting Ontario Sportsman Series. They're going to be doing some qualifying, and they're going to start right now with some qualifying. It's going to be, and then we're going to do some heat races for the V8 stock. So I think the qualifying is going to be a 5-minute qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to wait and see. V8 stocks are going to do a heat race, and the bone stocks. So if more than 36 bone stocks are here tonight, they're going to be split into 3 heat races, so we'll have to wait and see. But the Sportsman Series cars out on the track right now. And you mentioned before we went to break, Cole, the fact that in the off-season, Delaware Speedway put some asphalt in that up in that second groove, try and create a second groove. Have you noticed that it is working or is not working and causing more side-by-side racing?
Yeah, no, for sure. First couple laps out, you could definitely feel the grip up there. In the years past, you'd have maybe half a lap if you started on the outside to get down. Now you have 6-7 laps before you have to get down. So there definitely is some grip up there.
So we have qualifying underway here for the Ontario Sportsman Series. They're going to be doing a 100-lap feature tonight. 25-lap features for both the V8 stocks and the bone stocks, and then a 100-lapper for the Sportsman Series. And Rob Windus right off the top in the 29 machine. He's leading the parade around the track at 20.727. What are you guys throwing out there with the late models? Low 19s?
We're running, if you can run an 18.5, you're pretty sporty.
18.5 for the late models, and Windus coming through. He just beat his previous lap, 20.611. Sean Mangin in the 47 at 20.56. There's a 20.44 from Kevin Lay in the 5 machine. So he's atop the charts right now, according to the scoreboard here at Delaware Speedway.
And so, good friends with Rob Windus, actually. He spent all winter building this car, so nice to see that thing paying off.
Sportsman Series on the track right now. I think it might be 5 minutes. Actually, you're looking down at flagman Scott Mackey. It looks like he's given the 1-to-go sign. And I think he's got the checkered ready. It might be a short little qualifying stint here as there's more Sportsman Series cars on the pit lane. Looks like they're separated into 3 groups of 4. And yes, there's the checkered flag. So it's going to be 3 qualifying sessions, 3 groups of 4 for the Ontario Sportsman Series. Top of the charts, Rob Windus in the 29 with a 20.351. Sean Mangin in the 47 at 20.39. He's second on the board. The 5 of Kevin Lay, 20.447. The 39 of Kevin Demore is the 4th, and the 2 of Todd Shepard is 5th. Those are your top 5 from group number 1. So group number 2 will come out on the track right now on a beautiful sunny Friday night here at the Delaware Speedway. So we got 4 more out on the track right now. As mentioned, they are going to be just qualifying and then setting the field for the 100-lap feature. I'm not quite sure if there's a Dyson version with the Sportsman Series. Maybe we can, maybe Joey can find out. We have Joey Langdon in the pits tonight. Maybe he can find out the kind of the schematic setup here for the Sportsman Series. Looks like 12 cars total in the division for tonight. And I don't think that first session was even 5 minutes, Cole. Maybe about, I don't know, maybe 5 laps, 10 laps, I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't seem very long at all. Looking at the practice here, it looks like Kevin Lay's actually picked it up quite a bit since his practice was 20.7, and then he just laid down a 20.4, so they've got something figured out from practice, which is good to see. Here we go for second round.
Yep, second group of 4 under green flag conditions right now.
Now, a lot of these drivers right now, just from a late model's perspective, fighting the sun would be, you'd be fighting the sun coming out of 1 and 2 there versus the wind in 4. The sun is killer at Delaware Speedway right about now.
Yeah, the Delaware Speedway from the top view, race fans, is an egg shape, so it's a shorter distance between turns 1 and 2 than it is between 3 and 4. But when you come through turn 1 and start entering into turn 2, you're actually going up a hill, so your angle of the car is actually pointed even more at the sun, Cole.
Yeah, and you're absolutely blind. You could close your eyes for 2 seconds there and it wouldn't really matter. You can put duct tape on the windshield, you can put a tinted visor in. I've done it all, and it doesn't seem to matter what you do.
Kevin Trevlin with a 20.12, his lap time. He goes to the top of the board right now in this session. Bradley Robinson a 20.32, second in this second group. And we had in the first session, we had Rob Witness throwing down some good lap times. Let's see what Rob had to say. Let's go down to Joey.
Hey Rob, this is Joey from Rogers. You were the fastest in the first round of qualifying. Where do you think that puts you for tonight?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of good cars out there yet, and I haven't been out in a long time. This is actually the first night out for this car. So I think we got a good car for the long run, but just I was never good at qualifying.
Does it feel good for Delaware? It's a different track you guys usually run.
Oh, no, this is where I usually run. Like, it actually feels good. It's a little on the tight side, but I think it'll work its way into for the long run.
All right, thank you, Rob. Good luck tonight.
Joey Langdon down track side with Rob Witness coming off a good few circuits of Delaware Speedway here in the opening session of the Sportsman qualifying. Kevin Trevlin remains at the top, fastest time 20.125 in this group. Bradley Robinson second in the 44. Then it's Rob Witness from the first group, still third on the chart, as we have checkered flag on the speedway. There you see the 44 on your screen, Bradley Robinson. He's currently second on the board. After 2 groups of qualifying, we're doing 3 groups of 4. Actually, I think the third group is going to have 5 cars, if I can see on pit road. So it looks like 13 total cars in the Ontario Sportman Series this evening. So after 2 rounds, cold 19, Kevin Trevlin out front with a 20.12.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good feeling after qualifying. You're 2 tenths quicker than second place. He might have a hot rod, but we'll see. Guys seem to be going, I think this is the quick group now coming up, so we'll see what these guys can do. But 2 tenths quicker than second's pretty good.
Now, as far as tweaking the car or whatnot for a track like Delaware, that's just a half mile. You know, what's more important? Is it getting off the corner? Is it getting through the corner? Like, what is the most important thing for handling here at Delaware Speedway?
I'd say if you could get a full-blown balance of if you can enter the corner half decent, get off the corner half decent, rather than picking getting in great and getting off great. If you could just really work on that balance. Now, the sun is out. It's been hot all day. The sun's going to go down. The track's going to cool up. And these guys obviously know what they're doing here with these cars and how they're going to adjust for the weather as well. But to pick one or the other, me personally, I'd way rather be better off the corner than getting in. The guy can shove you the nose, he can shove you around, but when you get on the loud pedal, that's all that kind of matters to me.
And cooler track adds grip, correct?
Correct.
The final session for the Ontario Sportman Series qualifying on the track right now under green flag conditions. There you see the 15, that's Mike Herniak Jr. working turns 3 and 4, coming around to take another lap. And Michael clock a 20.442. Currently he's sitting just outside the top 5 according to the scoreboard.
Seems like Todd Shepard's on a heater here. He's only done 1 lap and already went to third. Derek McCullough here with an O.
Yeah, he was top of the board, but Herniak Jr. just took the spot away with a 19.88 sub-20, Cole. That's the first one we've seen.
And he killed it. He's 2/10 under the 20.
Yeah, McCullough turned to 20.07. He's the second on the board right now, dropping Trevlin down to the third spot. Todd Shepard in the 2 remains in the 4th spot. And the 18, Chad McGlynn, who's on the track right now, into the top 5. There's Herniak Jr. coming through out of turn number 4 to turn another lap. Currently sitting atop the board. And could not beat his fastest time. That was a 19.89. Oh, he missed it by a 100th of a second. 19.88 is the fast time. McCullough dropped to 3rd. Todd Shepard just turned to 20.064. He's up to 2nd on the board. Checkered flag on the Speedway, coming around to these last, I think, 3 cars.
15's got a hot rod tonight. His best lap was on lap 6, that last one. He beat it just barely within 1984.
So the 15 of Herniak Jr. top of the board, 19.84. He's followed by the 2 of Todd Shepard and then Derek McCullough, I believe, to finish off the top 3. That concludes Ontario Sportsman qualifying from Delaware Speedway. We'll get into some heat racing coming up after the break. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Orrs and late model driver Cole Powell up in the tower tonight. We'll be having some different analysts throughout the season. Glad Cole could step in tonight and give us his expertise. Before we go to some heat racing, Cole, final thoughts on Ontario Sportsman qualifying?
I'd like to see a few more cars, but I think this is going to be an awesome race. The 15 car laid a beating on them in qualifying, being 2/10 quicker than everybody, and I think it's going to be a pretty exciting 100 laps. If somebody can get that outside going and get around that 15 at the start, we should be in for a pretty good battle.
V8 stocks on the track right now for their heat race, and I think it's going to be a 10-lap heat race for the V8 stocks, as they'll go double file here to get situated for a start with flagman Scott Mackey. The lights are still on the Delaware Speedway pace car. Clay Stevenson. Let's go quickly trackside to Joey Langdon.
Hi, I'm walking at a leisurely pace here with the pole sitter Mike Herniak Jr. Mike, how'd that feel out there?
I felt really good. Hooked up. My team.
Starts inside row 1, outside goes to heat 4. Row 2, once again, that
Feel it at all, or it's just feel good?
Okay, when you get a chance to talk to him, get that, tell him to stick that mark.
Then is the 18 of dial 810 from Kyle Vandenberg.
All right, Joey, thank you so much. Trackside with Joey Langdon. Leisurely pace. Cole, that's just under pace car speed, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I've never really actually heard that one, so yeah.
All right, to 72, Chad Clutterbuck on the pole. This is the V8 stocks coming out of turn 4, getting set for some heat race action. Just one heat race, and we are racing at Delaware. The 95, that's Ethan Orr outside of row 1, and Clutterbuck will get the quick snap here as the field goes up the Delaware Hill and down the back quickly. Nose to tail, the 23, Jeff Ferguson, caught on the inside, but usually the inside is the way around, the best way around here at the half mile, isn't it?
The inside definitely, but on the outside, you only got a couple laps before your tires get real hot there, so you got to make a quick move and then get down.
The 72, that's Chad Clutterbuck up front, the points leader. The 8-10, Kyle Mesenberg out of Dutton up to second spot.
73, Jordan Morris is making that outside work. He's trying.
Yep, Morris coming around in the.
Here he goes. Is he going 3 wide? Nope. Phaser. Smart move. Long night ahead.
Side by side almost for the lead. Mesenberg looks to the high side of Clutterbuck, the front 2 trying to get away. Then it's the rest of the 5 in the heat race, trying to bridge that gap. Morris to the inside, side-by-side battle for third, just behind the front 2 as you see them coming out of turn 4. Mesenberg crossover down to the inside.
Huge block there, huge block.
Yep, cut him off. Clutterbuck, you shut the door there on Mesenberg, nose to tail, and now starting to bridge that gap. Here comes Jordan Morris in that 73. Trying to bridge that gap from Ferguson, who's recovered from a slow start, up to 4th now, as the field comes around to knock off another lap.
Clutterbuck's really favoring that inside down the front straightaway here, and it's kind of hurting his entry getting into 1. There he goes around.
Clutterbuck's around off the nose of the Mesenberg machine, and we'll go caution on the speedway. Definitely contact out of turn 2. We'll see if the Delaware Speedway officials have anything to say about that. Have you ever been penalized? I know the answer, but I want to ask you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been penalized a few times. You just had to ask, didn't you?
Oh, I know.
Obviously, Mesenberg didn't like getting blocked there for the last 4 laps, but
take us to the replay, Cole.
Yeah, just coming out of turn 2, it looks like, he just kind of flat out hit him again. 2 bump, I'm going by. See ya.
We'll see if there's a potential penalty here for the points leader, Kyle Mesenberg.
Kind of looked like the 72 checked up a little bit. I don't know. I guess we'll see what the officials here have to say about it.
So when we go caution and there's a potential, we're going to have to use you as an example because you can't hear communications with any other drivers, with the officials and any other drivers. But how long does it take? Like if you're getting a penalty and the caution flies, is it quick between the caution flying and you getting notice from Delaware saying, hey, you're going to the back?
It's usually how blatant, how obvious is it. This one's pretty tough call there. It looked like the 72 kind of checked up. That might be a bit of a racing thing. I don't know if it deserves a full-blown black flag, but it all depends on how obvious the call is.
Right now, Mesenberg remains at the front of the field. Now you can have the 73 of Jordan Morris up to the second spot. Looks like the officials are going to keep Kyle right there. The 23 of Ferguson inside row 2. The 5 of Clay Stevenson outside row 2.
Now the 72 is going to be pretty upset here. I think he's going to be the one to watch.
Yeah.
Can he make it happen?
Chad Clutterbuck trying to come through the field here.
Morris had a pretty good car on the outside there on the first. He just kind of got boxed in quite a bit, but we'll see if he can muscle his way on the outside.
12 laps in this heat race, 6 done, 6 to go. According to the racetrack scoreboard, 6 complete. As the pace car lights off, that means next time by we'll turn them loose. All the traffic lights around the half mile also off to signify to the drivers. Next time around, watch for the green. The restart line just at the exit of turn 4. Pace car will dive down to pit lane. And Mesenberg, the points leader, will lead the field to a green flag here. Halfway through this heat race for the V8 stocks, green flag in the air. We're racing at Delaware. Great jump for Morris from the 73.
Heck of a jump there for Morris. Cleared him, getting into 1.
Love that shot we just showed you coming into turn 1. I've been away for a couple of weeks, so that's a nice camera angle. I love it. As Mesenberg dives down to the inside of Morris one more time through turns 3 and 4.
Morris
and side by side out of 4.
Morris has that. Well, he did have the outside grip there, but nope, just slipped up a little bit.
Here comes Clay Stevenson in the 5 down to the inside. Ferguson's going to try and follow him through. Morris loses spots on the high side. As Mesenberg away now by 4 car lengths out of turn 4. 4 laps to go this time by. And we have Jesse Kennedy in the 10K. It's a late model body at the back of this field, but obviously under the V8 stock characteristics, I would assume.
I would assume so, or Delaware's letting him practice tonight. I don't know.
So just cruise around behind the field and not cause any issues.
I would think so, yeah.
He is going at a very slow pace, so it looks like the 10 late model out at the tail end of this field, just going for a cruise under permission. Mesenberg out front, Stevenson to second. Morris has recovered, back to third to take that spot from Ferguson as the field comes around. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go. Black flag. We have a black flag, I think, to the 73 of Morris. I think.
Well,
it was pointed at either
there.
Stevenson or Morris, Cole. One of the two for sure. It is Morris.
It is Morris. It looked like Morris grabbed a 5th gear there. He came out of absolutely nowhere. He was dropping like a fly, and then all of a sudden he must have did the need for speed, and we got one around.
Yeah, we have a car around as well. Caution flag. The 70. Who is that? That is Ethan Orr in the 95 around. So you have to have a certain. I understand you have to have a certain lap time to stay on the track, Cole.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't know what the threshold is here of the breakaway. Maybe we could get our pit reporter to get on that as well to see what the threshold here is for how fast you can go. But it looked like Jordan Morris was definitely going too fast, and they penalized him, which is kind of a funny thing to say here in a race.
So we're under caution here with the V8 stocks with the 2 laps to go. Kyle Mesenberg out front. And the Orr machine around in turns 3 and 4. And there you see the 10 car in the back. That's the late model, Jesse Kennedy. White flag in the air. That means next time around we're going to start him up with the 2 to go. So I guess what we're hearing is that if you're over 21 seconds consistently, you're going to get black flag because that could be considered sandbagging. If you're under 21 second lap time, then you're good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the V8 stocks. I'm sure obviously the lap times change based on division.
All right.
But yeah. So I guess a black flag maybe for that, for Jordan, I'm not quite sure. Green flag in the air. We're racing 2 to go here in the V8 stock heat race. Friday night at Delaware Speedway. Chris Orrs, Cole Powell, Joey Langdon with you tonight. Mesenberg on the inside in the 810 machine. Here comes Stevenson. Nice run out of turn 4 or turn 2 exit. The front 4 all together. White flag in the air this time by Mesenberg, the points leader. Here's Ferguson to the inside of Stevenson. He's got a nose in front for second spot. A black flag issued again. Not quite sure who that is, but now they got to be careful. It might be for Kennedy.
5's digging. Is he going to get a good run down the back straightaway?
Stevenson in the white, number 5. Ferguson, 23 on the inside. Through turns 3 and 4. One last
contact.
time. Mesenberg will lead him to the checker flag. Kyle Mesenberg will take the heat race. And Stevenson with a nice little run, but he'll finish second. Ferguson will come home in 3rd spot to complete the V8 stock heat races for this evening. Just one heat race for the V8 stock. Quick thoughts on the V8 stocks before we go to break. Bone stocks coming up next.
I thought it was pretty entertaining, and Clutterbuck just came up and gave the 810 a little bump there after the checker flag, so I'm sure he's still kind of upset about getting dumped in 2 there, so the feature should be exciting.
There you see the 810. Kyle Mesenberg, your V8 stock heat race winner. He's also the points leader. When we come back, it's bone stock action. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Oil Guard's Formula 2 No Drip stays where the technician puts it, protecting your car or truck from the ravages of rust. With no messy residue on your driveway or garage floor, Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip is proven rust protection you can trust.
Rogers TV has given me a ton of opportunities, including meeting new people, getting involved with my local community, and trying a ton of variety of different production roles, such as graphics, camera, and audio.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M, and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. We want to thank the entire staff, the organization Oil Guard, for jumping on board with Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV for 2022. So glad they are on board. Chris Orr's Cole Powell, who is off tonight, obviously. No late models. You guys haven't raced in, what, a couple weeks now?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
How's the season for you?
It hasn't been going that great, actually. We started off the season okay with a heat win and a 4th place in the feature, and then we've been just fighting a little gremlin in the car that I can't seem to shake out of it. But you're able to come here on Monday nights to Delaware Speedway and practice, so we haven't missed one of them yet, and I'm hoping to finally catch the little bugger that's been causing me all these problems.
It's funny, race fans, as we get the white flag this time by for the bone stock heat races. I was talking with Cole before we went to air. I said, what's going on? Well, we got the gremlin going on, and we got car issues, and we have driver issues. And I said, driver issues? And what did you say to that?
Wow.
Well, you can change what you said, because you can't really say what you said on the air. But
yeah, no.
Sometimes the drivers get a little frustrated behind the wheel.
Sometimes you get too frustrated, and then you mess up your line, and then you got to own it.
Absolutely.
But it's mostly the gremlin. Can't be the all driver.
How long have you been racing?
Oh, it's got to be 15, 16 years now.
And your dad, Todd, well-known truck racer here at Delaware. Did he race anything else?
He's got a championship here in 06 in a truck, and then he ran some late model and cast car, actually, a couple cast car races here at Delaware.
Bone stock heat races on. I think if they have more than 36 cars, we'll have 3 heat races. If not, we're doing 2. Green flag, it's heat race number 1 for the bone stocks. And looks like, I would say, 15 to 16 cars rolling out for heat race number 1 as the field will head up the hill in turn 2 and down the back.
06 with a great jump on the outside there, cleared by about 4 car lengths now.
Yeah, that's Sarah Wheel from Tilbury, if that's the 06. The 36 is loose in front of the field. Almost a 4 wide coming out of turn 4. It is the 06. We have Sarah Wheel out of Tilbury in that machine.
Oh, hang on to it, Sarah.
And she gets a little loose and trying to right the ship. She does. The 24 takes advantage. And out front now is the 24 of Hank Clausen. And Clausen will lead the field out of turn 4 for another time. 8 laps to go this time by. The 22, that's Jordan Fiddler up to 2nd. Shane Gibson in the 69X up to 3rd. Then it's Bonnie Sue Sterrett in the 89 in 4th, and Cassie Howard in the 59 rounding out the top 5 right now. Right now it's the battle for 2nd as Clausen just wants to go away and hide here, Cole.
Throw a blanket over 2nd to 5th here. This is good battle here. Cassie Howard on the outside. She's been making that work.
7 to go here, bone stock feature. We have the V8 stock heat race winner, Kyle Mesenberg down with Joey. Let's go to trackside.
Heat race winner. You had a little bit of a tangle there. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just got into the gas a little too soon, gave him a little nudge, got him loose, and then I hit him again, which spun him out, which I didn't really mean to do, but I don't know. It's racing, stuff happens.
All right, good luck in the feature tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Joey Langdon trackside with Kyle Mesenberg, the V8 stock heat race winner. We are into heat race number 1 for the bone stocks out front. Hank Clausen coming out of turn 4, and that cluster of cars still battling for 2nd. There's 6 of them right there, but they look like they are tracking Clausen down here, Cole.
Oh, here we go.
We got a spin.
We got a spin, yeah.
It is who is that? The 31 Michael Verburn around, and a secondary spin. Is that that could be the 06 of Sarah Wheel. She led the opening lap. Caution on the speedway for the bone stocks. The 31 of Michael Verburn is away. and it was the 06. Let's go to the replay, Cole. Let's take it into turn 1 here.
Let's see what happens here. Looks like the 22, 89 just got into the 31 a little bit there. That looked like just some good heart. Oh, he's way up there in the third groove and then tried to cut down to the second groove and diamond the corner, and unfortunately there's another car there, and that doesn't really work out that well.
Yeah, that was Bonnie Sue Starrett out of St. Thomas in the 89, getting into the 31 machine, Michael Verburn.
Nowhere really to go for the 89. He's just kind of cruising there, and all of a sudden there's a car chopped down on your nose.
So yeah, as I was saying earlier, love that camera angle. I've been away for a couple of weeks and appreciate everybody who stepped up to continue the fantastic broadcasting of racing here at Delaware Speedway on Rogers TV. But yeah, from what I understand, that turn 1 camera came in the first week I was gone. So glad to see that, and glad it stayed. I'm glad it wasn't just a 2-week stint until Chris got back.
Yeah, it is a very cool camera angle.
Yeah, I love it. There you see it right now as the field doubles up. 5 to go here in Bone Stock Heat Race number 1. Looking at the infield, I think we're just going to have 2 heat races for the Bone Stocks, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like there'd only be about 2, yeah.
Hank Clausen is your pole car inside row 1 as the pace car ducks down in the pit lane. 5 to go this time by as starter flagman Scott Mackey watches the field slowly out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. Heat race. Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
3 wide. This could be.
Wow.
Is it legal to the outside, Cole? Is it legal to the outside?
You can pass on the outside, yeah. That was a full-blown video game move there. That's pretty cool to see.
That's Jaden Chapman in the 13. Went 3 wide on the high side before he even got to the start finish. Now 3 wide into turn number 3. Chapman on the high side, Clausen in the 24 on the low side, and the 22's also in there as well. That's Jordan Fiddler. 3 wide again at the strike. This will be interesting into turn number 1. Contact, and looked like Fiddler went up the wall into the Chapman machine. Coming out of that battle was Clausen, the former leader. Now 3 wide battle for a 3rd spot. Just behind, there you see them in the turn number 1. And that quickly goes from 3 wide to 2 wide, and then to the single file machine of the 22 of Jordan Fiddler. So Clausen with 3 to go leads him out of turn 2 and down the back. What a move by where did Chapman end up? Back in the 5th spot?
No, he's way back there, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't press restart.
Oh, look at this! Look at this replay.
Look at that.
Right up the high side. He passed about 6 or 7 cars before he got to turn 1.
Then they played a little bit of bumper tag on the next lap there, and now he's fighting for 3rd last here. But it did look cool when it happened.
Yeah, great replay. 2 to go here. Actually 1.5 now. Clausen up front. Shane Gibson in 2nd. Jordan Fiddler in 3rd. Colin Willems in 4th. Bonnie Sue Starrett in the 89, holding on to 5th, but she's getting a challenge from Cassie Howard in the 59. White flag in the air for the 24, Hank Clausen. Heat race number 1 of the Bone Stock division here at Delaware Speedway. Jordan Fiddler, 22F machine, down the back in 2nd spot. Shane Gibson and Willems there with Fiddler, nose to tail for the 2nd spot.
Looks Clausen. Like Cassie Howard's got him cleared.
Yep, Howard up to 5th spot. Clausen will take the checkered flag to take heat race number 1 in the Bone Stock division, followed by Fiddler, Gibson, Willems, Cassie Howard. Last lap pass of Bonnie Sue Starrett to grab 5th. Bonnie Sue will finish in 6th, and Michael Verburn, Tyler Wheel, Mitchell Rawlings, and Sterling Roberts will round out the top 10. That is heat race number 1 for the Bone Stocks. Of course, the Bone Stocks, quite a few years later, kind of taken over for what was once the Enduro division here at Delaware. You remember those days when
200 of them would show up?
They would start 3 wide at the start-finish line, and the field 3 wide in a stop position, folks. They would do a standing start. The field was done at the entrance to turn 3. Back in the height of the Enduro days.
Yeah, it was just bumper to bumper the whole. And I believe when they crashed, they had to stay in their car.
Unless they were in a dangerous position, they would have to be waving or something, and then with the red flag. But other than that, they would stay in their car. It was crazy.
I don't know about you, but I'd be waving, say I'm in a dangerous situation.
Yeah. So the car is a hop on the track now for heat race number 2 of the Bone Stock division. And we are coming up. Just talking with the boss man here at Delaware Speedway, Russ Erlin. He's done a fantastic job after coming on board a few years ago, Cole.
Yeah, it's been a huge turnaround. Grandstands look great, grass looks great. They got an outside groove now. Pit road is beautiful. Even behind the yellow wall there, where you put your pit box and everything, that's all repaved, which is really cool because you used to stand in a puddle or you twist your ankle on a huge rock. So that's all cool. And recycled asphalt where the bone stocks and V8 stocks are parked over there. So I'm sure they're glad about that.
Well, buy-in by the ownership equals a buy-in by the competitors, is it not?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes two. All right, so we're getting set for heat race number 2 of the bone stock division here at Delaware Speedway. Katie Starrett out of St. Thomas in the 88 will have the pole position as they get set 2x2. This should be the faster, average speed faster of the 2 heat races. I think we're just going to have 2 heat races, although I see more.
They just keep coming.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have 3. We're definitely going to have 3 because those cars on pit road coming up right now, we haven't seen them yet. So definitely going to be 3 heat races for the bone stocks. White flag in the air here as the field slowly works turns 1 and 2. Next time by, we'll set them loose. The 88 of Katie Starrett out front, pole position. So this will be the number 2 average speed class for the heat races, and our 3rd heat race will be the faster of the 3. Still quite windy here. Blue skies, very windy.
These guys are setting their cars up for the win for sure.
Yeah. Field comes out of turn 2, looking for the green flag from Scott Mackey. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Delaware heat race number 2 of the bone stocks.
48.
Yeah, push from the Connor Ellis machine, the 48 machine, pushing the 90 machine. That's Mark Lamont out of London out to the front. Starrett will try and fight back on the inside for a 2nd spot. And Ellis tries to grab that 2nd spot, but it's Lamont out front to complete the 1st lap here. Starrett will fight back on the inside. Mark Lamont, Len Starrett, Connor Ellis, it's got Len Starrett, my apologies. Not Katie Starrett, Len Starrett on our Delaware Speedway results app. So it's Mark Lamont, Len Starrett, Connor Ellis, your front 3. And then the rest of the field, Starrett back to the inside in the 88 machine. There's the battle right now at turn 4. Starrett will grab that spot. And Ellis will drop back to 3rd.
34, thought about going 3 wide, thought better of it.
Yep, that's Dan Story in the 34 machine. Rob Wolston up to 4th spot. Thomas McKinley right now running at the top 5. And McKinley fighting on the outside of the backstretch, just got around the 34 of Story, but Story fights back on the inside. There's your leader at the stripe. That's Lamont. 7 to go here now.
Lamont seems to be just on cruise control. He's starting to lift a little earlier, and he's actually gapping them even more.
Yeah, I got a push from Connor Ellis at the initial start to get on the outside of Starrett. And we got a slow machine coming out of turn 4. They're going to have to negotiate the 4 machine. And that's Briar Stubb remaining to the inside. The leaders will get to him in the turns. Look out, Stubb came up a little bit on the leader, Lamont. Now the rest of the leaders are going to have to negotiate the 4 machine. Story up to 4th spot in the 34, trying to bridge that gap now to the 3rd place machine of Connor Ellis. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon with an interview.
I am with Cassie Howard. Cassie, you're battling hard with Bonnie Starrett for a while there. Good race. How does it feel to be racing against other women out here?
Oh, it feels amazing, girl power. It's great to have other girls out here to race with, so that way I'm not the only one showing the boys how to race a car.
All right, awesome. Good luck in the feature.
Joey Langdon, the pit side. That a girl, Cassie. Did you hear that? I'm glad I'm not the only woman out here trying to show these boys how to race, Cole.
Yeah, I heard it.
That's awesome.
Hurt my feelings, but I'm all for it.
Lamont out front. Starrett trying to track him down with 4 to go. It'll be 3 this time by. The 7, Pete Vanderwist Jr. up to 3rd spot now in the black 7. Drops the 48 of a Connor Ellis back to 4th spot. Dan Story stays in the 5th spot.
And I believe Vanderwist Jr. has a heat win this year, I believe.
Looking for another heat race.
I don't think it was a feature. I could be wrong, but...
Well, looking for another checkered flag for sure. Oh, 48. Sideways, the 48 drifting through 3 and 4. That's Connor Ellis. And that might cost him a spot. Story to the inside. There you see the 2. Story in the 34, Ellis in the 48.
It's got some tire smoke coming off that left rear after that Tokyo drift in 3 and 4.
Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go here. There is your front 3. Here comes Vanderwist Jr. in the black 7, trying to get to the high side of the stair. The 4 machine is right there. They're going to have to negotiate the 4. White flag this time by.
They're coming. Lamont's got to get on it.
Lamont out front, stare right there in the inside in the 88. Vanderwist Jr. on the high side in the black 7. The tandem running for 2nd and 3rd, trying to track the leader down. Lamont in the black 90 through turns 3 and 4. One final time.
He's
waiting
for the run. He's going to have the run.
Vanderwist with the run on the outside. Checkered flag in the air. Lamont's going to take it. Starrett's going to hold on for 2nd. Vanderwist Jr. will come home 3rd. Dan Story 4th. Connor Ellis in 5th. Then we got Josh Flanagan, Thomas McKinley, Brett Pelly, Stan Cook, Rob Wollaston rounding out the top 10. And let's go to the replay and let's take us through the start of this race with the push, Cole.
Yeah, we got the 48 pushing the 90 here, a little bump draft action. Tandem, I don't know if that's a rule here or not, but it is at Daytona. Gave him a good shot getting into 1, and he never looked back.
Lamont takes a heat race number 2 for the Bone Stocks as we get set to bring out the cars for heat race number 3, and I'm pretty positive it'll be only 3 heat races for the Bone Stock, but you know what that means. With 3 heat races of that many cars, Cole, it's going to be one heck of a feature.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy, I think.
And the Bone Stocks, along with the V8 Stocks, doing 25-lap features tonight. The visiting Ontario Sportman Series doing a 100-lap feature. So waiting for trackside to clear with some spectators and some dignitaries coming back to the fan side. We'll take actually a quick break before we come back for heat race number 3, the Bone Stocks, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between. Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, and we're back with Season 3. This season, we've had the opportunity to see some great backyards, to have some fantastic food cooked on some great grills, and this season, we're helping you take your barbecue game up by adding some great barbecue tips from some local experts on anything from spices to knife care, and using the proper wood to smoke some great food. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, Season 3.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Getting set there, you see heat race number 3 for the Bone Stocks. And my apologies, the Bone Stock feature will be 28 laps, not 25. And what's the significance, Cole, of 28 tonight?
It is for Dave Lawrence. Chris Lawrence and Joe Lawrence's father. Got to know him growing up. My dad was good buddies with him, and we'll do 28 laps for Dave tonight.
Yep, and when I started working here at Delaware Speedway as a track announcer, Dave was running, and it was he gave some excitement to the race fans here for sure as he circuited the half mile. So we're getting set for heat race number 3, the Bone Stocks. Lights off on the, no they're not. Yes, they are. Lights off on the Delaware Speedway pace car. That was the sun shining on it. So the field getting set to come around here.
Chris Lawrence will take him to the green here.
Yeah, Lawrence at the point. This will be the fastest of the 3 heats as far as average speed from previous results. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Delaware. Lawrence will take the field into turn 1 and 2. There's a nice shot there as they go up the Delaware Hill, down the back, and Lawrence trying to get away here, Cole.
Yeah, he's on a mission tonight, and we all know why.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here we go.
We're going to spin in front of the field in turn 3. And washing up the track and collecting nobody else. And I don't have a number on that machine.
Pretty impressive the other 15 people didn't hit him or her.
We're still green. It was the 07. The 07 of Jack Dixon around, washed up the track, collected nobody. Meanwhile, Lawrence is almost at a half a straightaway lead. That 28 is on a mission tonight, Cole.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's on rails right now.
4 wide out of turn number 4. There you see it as the field comes through the stripe.
Now his little brother, he's in a little bit of a hornet's nest here, rocking 3 and 4 wide.
More contact in the back of this heat race. 3 cars off the pace. The 03 off the pace, and I think that's the 50 car. Is that Lawrence? No, that's Phil Givens in the 50. There you see Chris Lawrence, the leader right now. A big gaggle of cars for second. About 8 cars battling for second. And we got contact, the 5 around, but rights the ship. 3 wide, contact again with the 32. And that was Sean Fusil and Jeremiah Rabideau. And I believe Rabideau's the points leader, if I'm not mistaken. So in a little bit of a hornet's nest now, and Rabideau had a little bit of a message there for the Fusil machine before Fusil dropped into the pits. So Lawrence out front, it's almost a full straightaway lead now. Wow.
Yeah, he'd almost be smart to just back her down a few tenths and save his tires.
Now when you see a car come out and dominate what is to be the fastest heat race, it should be the fastest heat race based on last week's results or whatnot. When you see a car dominate this much, the other drivers say, hey, what's going on with that car? What's under the hood?
Yeah, he could be in tech a little longer than expected here tonight, but no, maybe he's just nailed the setup here, and he seems to be taking chip, and he's going.
It might just be perfectly set up, the 28 machine tonight. 4 to go here in this heat race number 3. It's Chris Lawrence out front, Jordan Williams to second spot, Joe Lawrence up to third in the 78 machine. And the 2 are battling for second spot. The Jordan Williams machine in the 92, there you see it, the 78 of Joe Lawrence battling. That's a battle for second spot. Jay Cox in the 00 up to 4th. Joe Kicks in 5th spot right now. Craig Cole in the 55, he's up to 6th. But that battle down the back, it's Williams in the 92, Joe Lawrence in the 78, battling for second. Meanwhile, Chris Lawrence just crossed the stripe now. And the battle for second, as you see on the screen, just coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, you'll see Joe Lawrence here. He's been trying this crossover move the last couple times. Enters high into 1 and then swoops down. Can he get it? No, he needs to give him a little bit of a bump here.
Yeah, Williams closed the door on Lawrence. This is allowing the 00 Jay Cox to join that little gathering. White flag in the air for the 28 of Chris Lawrence. Now it's a 3-car battle for second spot. It's Williams, Lawrence, and Cox now in the 00.
He's to the inside. And nope, not enough juice there.
Lawrence tries to stay with Williams down the back. Here comes Chris Lawrence out of turn 4. He will take heat race number 3 for the Bone Stocks very comfortably with his hand out the window. Coming around to take second will be Williams, followed by Lawrence and the Cox. And then the 5 machine, the 26 of Nathan Rea will finish in... Nope, my apologies. It's Jeremiah Rabideau finishing in the 5th spot. Nathan Rea comes home 6th. Craig Cole 7th. Let's go to the replay here. Here's that early spin. The 07 Jack Dixon.
Oh, he got some help.
He did get some help.
Pretty impressive that everybody split him. And he just got to sit there looking at everybody go by.
Now here's more contact. This is in the turn 1. Just probably a lap later. Oh, wow. Heavy contact. That was the 50 machine of Phil Givens, damage on that left front. He immediately went to the pits.
Yeah, that's not going to make you go faster.
Chris Lawrence, Jordan Williams, Joe Lawrence, your top 3. They will do a 28 lap feature race later today in memory of Chris and Joe's dad. Dave Lawrence coming up later tonight here on Delaware Speedway. We have a quick little break coming up. We are going to go down trackside momentarily to our trackside reporter, and plus that, we're going to plus a whole lot more once I stop flipping over my tongue. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
To be the new host of LDN ONT TV. Join me and my guests as we discuss the topics trending here in London, Ontario. Tune in Thursdays at 6:30 only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing here on Rogers TV, done by Oil Guard. Chris Soares and Cole Powell. We have Joey Langdon trackside. As we go to a quick little intermission here, and we are going to jump down to Joey momentarily with what I think might be a couple of interviews. But so far, we've gone through Ontario Sportman Series visiting tonight. Cole, we've gone through their qualifying. We've gone through heat races with the V8 stocks and the bone stocks. Give me your thoughts thus far tonight on a sunny, windy night at Delaware.
Well, I think it's going to set up for a pretty exciting feature time tonight. Bone stocks, every single heat had some kind of excitement. The V8 stocks, there's a bit of a rivalry going there. That the 24? No, the 72 got dumped. Is that
yes,
right?
72
yeah,
got
Clutterbuck.
Yep.
I think you're going to see some fireworks with that in the feature, and then obviously the Sportsman Series here. They always put on a really great show, so I think it should be pretty exciting here for all the fans.
You mentioned a good point, and I'll ask you just before we go to break here. When you get upset on the track, do you want to deal with it on the track, or you say, you know what, I'm going to just do what I can here, and then we'll deal with it after?
I guess it depends on what time the night is. Do you still have the feature to go, and do you want to take care of it right then and there, or do you want to go walk down and talk to the person and deal with it that way? Or there's so many different ways that you can deal with it.
I know the fans love hearing from you guys when you're upset.
Well, yeah.
I know working down there, and an upset driver would come down, get out of his car, and I say, you want to go on the air with me? Yeah, I said, okay, on one condition, no profanity.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the air with whatever you want to say, but no profanity.
And it's tough to do. If nobody's ever, well, I'm sure everybody's been upset, but have you ever had a microphone stuffed in your mouth after you've been upset there? It's pretty tough to not let your emotions and let them fly, but you got to do it.
Yeah, kudos to the drivers who do speak to the media in the interviews, even after situations like that. Plenty more as we're inside the intermission here at Delaware Speedway on a Friday night. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Oil Guard's Formula 2 No Drip stays where the technician puts it, protecting your car or truck from the ravages of rust. With no messy residue on your driveway or garage floor, Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip is proven rust protection you can trust.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tyler Fines, host of Off the Puck Hockey on Rogers Channel 20. We interview some of the biggest names in hockey and sports. Check us out, Rogers Channel 20, Off the Puck Hockey. Let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. I'm a local family physician here in London, and I'm very excited to be working with Rogers TV on this new format, which will give us an opportunity to explore all sorts of topics related to medicine and health. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. We'll see you then.
Delaware Speedway Racing, Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. A beautiful sunny Friday evening. Chris Soares, good evening. Alongside the late model driver here at Delaware Speedway, Cole Powell. But have you raced anything other than late models? You have.
Yeah, we're on the NASCAR Wheel of Modified Southern and Northern Tour. I've run a little bit of ARCA, Daytona and Talladega. I've run mini trucks at Grand Bend Speedway.
You run at Daytona and Talladega?
Yeah.
And what kind of car was it?
An ARCA car.
How was that?
It was awesome. Yeah, we finished third at Talladega.
Really?
Haven't finished yet at Daytona. Me and the Tri-Oval will have some unfinished business to do there. I've run Michigan in an ARCA car. That's an absolute blast. It's not the best track to go watch as a fan, but to go drive it hitting 222 miles an hour is pretty cool down the back straightaway.
How was it your first experience with at Dega and Daytona?
It's wild. You're driving down the back straightaway and you're just looking at concrete.
Right.
It just looks like a concrete wall that you're going into, or an asphalt wall, and you obviously don't. And it's actually not that tough alone, but when you throw 42 other people around you, then it gets to be pretty mind-tiring.
I want to talk more about that with you. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Hi, I'm down here with Penny, the crew chief for BT Racing. When I planned this was going to be a lot less chaotic. You had a bit of a funny end to the race there, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. One of our cars came in with a flat tire. The rim's all bent up, but we got the tire fixed and check and tow, so hopefully we'll see if we can get out there for the LCQ.
And you guys are running around a lot, especially because you got basically a regular sized team and then 8 cars. How do you manage that, bring out 8 cars to a race like this where that's basically a plurality of the field?
We basically just don't sleep. For the most part, no, it's a lot of work. We got a lot of great people that, help support us and make sure that we can get these cars here. Auto Fusion Towing always make sure one of our rental cars gets here for us. Aside from that, Chris does a lot of work trying to make sure all the cars get here.
Yeah, speaking of Chris, I interviewed him originally, but he's running make sure all the cars are ready for LCQ. The rental car, people might not know what that is. Like, you can rent a race car. So how does your guys' program work?
Basically, all we do is we get a car race ready to go. We usually try to get drivers, especially if it's their first time, to come out on Monday practices. And we do driver development. We got 2 cars with 2 seats in it, so we can do coaching. We can have Chris sit in the driver's seat or the passenger seat. And otherwise, for Friday night, we have a couple cars out, a couple different drivers this year. Basically, you rent the car and you race it.
All right, so that's good news. Looks like Phil Gibbons is going to be able to at least try to run the LCQ. So you guys still have all cars running. That's great. And good luck the rest of the season. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right. Plenty more to come. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
For more information about the vaccine and eligibility, visit healthunit.com. To book an appointment, call the number on your screen or book online at covidvaccinelm.ca.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares with you, Cole Powell, Joey Langdon. We have a last chance qualifier in the bone stock division. It is a 15-lapper. It is coming up next. You're watching Rogers TV with Delaware Speedway Racing, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
For over 50 years, White's Rental has been providing local contractors and members of the DIY crowd with professional quality lawn and garden tools, aerial lifts, and construction equipment. White's Rental, we have the right equipment to make your project easier.
In the family with addiction, the person with the addiction becomes front, center all the time.
Addiction and substance use affects all the layers of our society.
Everything was about trying to out him and fix him, and I was just done.
I always felt kind of different. I never felt the same as other people.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares and Cole Power from our late model division here with the night off. Second week in a row that the late models are off. We're getting set for the last chance qualifier in the bone stock division. 2 weeks off, Cole. You guys are going to be just chomping at the bit next week.
Oh, yeah, we're raring to go. Car's been ready to go. You can only wax it so many times.
Last chance qualifier for the bone stocks. 15 laps on the agenda. We are scheduled for, and I apologize for saying that we're inside the intermission because I thought we were earlier race fans, but we have not had the official intermission. We are not sure if it's going to occur. It took longer than expected to get the last chance qualifier bone stock cars out and lined up and on the track, but we have them now. 15 laps to get into what's going to be a crazy feature for the bone stocks. Well over 30 cars in attendance tonight, plus we have that's going to be a 28 lap feature, plus we have the V8 stock feature race still to come, and the 100 lap Ontario Sportman Series feature as well from Delaware Speedway. Still under caution. We were talking before we went to break, before we went down trackside to enjoy, Cole, all the different places that you've raced, including Daytona, Talladega. That does not come without money, and the money doesn't come to put the car on the track, whether you're talking about a 2.5 mile Daytona International Speedway or a half-mile Daytona or Delaware track without sponsorship.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's thankfully in the last 15-16 years I've been able to make some great partnerships with my sponsors, but even these guys running a bone stock, this is thousands of dollars throughout the year to come race a bone stock here at Delaware. People might think and look at these cars and think they're not race cars, but 100% they are, and it's a lot of money, especially with what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Makes it even tougher.
Yeah. Fantastic comments there. Owen Martin from Newbury, Ontario, has the pole position here for this LCQ for the bone stock division.
Go hard or go home in this race.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't think I saw it on the agenda how many advance. Yeah, I don't know how many will advance from this, but we're going to have to find out. Green flag in the air. We're racing. It's the 32 of Sean Fusil in the red 32, out to a good start from outside row number 1, and he'll claim the lead out of turn 2, but quickly fighting back on the inside. There's a challenge from the inside. Looks like, I think that's the 13 machine.
Look at this, 4 wide.
There's no 13 on the register. Might be the 03 of Langford. Let's check it out as it comes. It is the 03 of Matt Langford. Langford out front, just turned to 24.7, up to full speed now. Fusil drops back to second, then Owen Martin, Rob Wollaston, and the 50th, Phil Gibbons. It's nice to see Phil back out on the track after that incident in his heat race.
11 seems to have an issue here. He's smoking down the back straightaway, smoking into 3, losing ground 4 wide.
Rob Wollaston in the 11. So we should have, it looks like the lap counter, and they're resetting the scoreboard now. I think we might have 13 to go here. That is correct, 13 to go. I know the boys in the truck on the ball all the time, and that 11 machine, as you mentioned, Cole, dropping down to the apron and is going to come in to seek service from the crew as the field comes around to complete another lap. It's Langford getting away, doing the Chris Lawrence thing in this LCQ. A full straightaway lead now for Matt Langford in the 3 machine. Sean Fusil remains in second spot. Tyler Wheel up to third now in the 85. And the 50, Phil Givens right there on your screen trying to get to the inside of the 25 machine of Adam Genereux, who's now climbed up to third. There's the blue 25.
And do we know how many make it in or how many have to go home here?
I don't. Maybe we can find out from Joey if he's around the tech garage. I'm not quite sure how many get through.
Because there's a couple good battles here. We should get on 24, and is that the 06? Way up she is.
Yeah, back in the field. Yeah, the 06.
That could be for a transfer spot. I'm not sure.
Langford out front into turn 3. Go ahead, Cole. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
10 to go here. Now it's going to be 9 this time by for the 03. There's a battle with the 25 machine working turns 3 and 4. That's Adam Genereux behind the 85 of Tyler Wheel. That's a battle for second spot. Genereux looking to the inside. And the 50 right there, Phil Givens. Nice 3-car battle there out of turn 2 down the back. They're over a straightaway behind the leader. This is a battle for second spot. We're not quite sure how many advance. Three cars across the stripe. That's the battle for second on your screen right now, going through turns 1 and 2. It's the 95 of Tyler Wheel, the 25 of Adam Genereux, and the 50 of Phil Givens. Battle for second. Throw a blanket over him. Langford around the stripe. Halfway through. 7 to go here in this LCQ for the bone stock division. Here's that battle for second. Tyler Wheel, the 95 has it side by side. Genereux and Givens. Genereux on the inside in the 25 machine. And a huge gust of wind coming over the Delaware half mile here. That is pushing the cars down the back. And it is hitting them out of turn 4. And it's the top 6 will advance, Cole.
Top 6, okay.
Yep, so right now in the bubble spot, Owen Martin in the 44. The 7th spot is the 64 of Willem Klaassen.
Seems to be a pretty good cushion there. These this threesome here fighting for, is that 3rd, 4th, and 5th?
No, it's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
They could probably all just chill out a little bit here. They're all making the show. Hate to see somebody slip up and go home.
Yeah, that's the 50 of Phil Givens, who's made a pass onto the inside of Tyler Wheel in the 85. Adam Genereux in the 25 right there. They've been swapping positions for the last few laps. 4 to go next time by. Here comes the leader at the stripe. A full half speedway lead for Matt Langford. Wow. That's impressive.
What am I talking about? Race car drivers chilling out. They want to win. They're not here to finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, even if it is the LCQ.
Absolutely. There's your leader. Negotiating back marker traffic. Matt Langford in the 03, working turns 3 and 4. He's going to hit the stripe right now. The battle for second just crossed the equivalent on the backstretch. So a full half a lap lead for Langford with 3 to go. The battle for second's kind of calmed down. Bubble spot is the 6th spot. Owen Martin still has it. Martin battling with the 15, just crossed the stripe. That's Sterling Roberts, but they're both in. It's William Klaassen in the 7th spot in the 64 machine. He is half a straightaway behind Sterling Roberts in that bubble position. There you see the 44 of Martin, the 15 of Sterling Roberts. Roberts is your final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. Now it's 1 1/4 because here comes the leader already out of turn 4. Langford putting a beat down in this LCQ for the Bone Stocks. White flag in the air. He'll climb up the Delaware Hill in turn 2, down the back one final time. He could just coast. He could have coasted 5 laps ago. Comfortably out in front. Matt Langford, the bubble position, the transfer position, the last one, 6 spots. Sterling Roberts still has it. Comfortable there. Langford out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air for Matt Langford. He wins the last chance qualifier in the bone stock division.
Put a statement out there.
Absolutely. Phil Givens will come home 2nd. Tyler Wheel 3rd. Adam Genereux 4th. Owen Martin 5th. And Sterling Roberts, who just turned his fastest lap, a 24.7, we'll have the final transfer spot. There is your last chance qualifier race winner, the 0-3 of Matt Langford. We are expecting what could be a shortened version of the intermission next here at Delaware Speedway, but plenty more to talk about. We'll also go trackside with Joy Langdon, all coming up as Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV continues, presented by Oil Guard.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're back for season 3. We've had the opportunity to see some great backyards and have some great barbecue. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics. Today our guest is Jonathan Hollow, Yuri Poole of the McCartney years, the one and only Jim Chapman, Peter Brennan of Jeans and Classics fame. London Lights, Thursday at 8:30.
Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard, into an intermission here at the Delaware Speedway. Still coming up, feature race for V8's 25 laps, the Bone Stocks 28 laps, and 100 lap from the visiting Ontario Sportman Series. Plenty more to come. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between. Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games, with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares, Cole Powell, Joy Langdon, pit side or track side, with interviews and analysis, as we are not doing an intermission, which is fantastic news. Actually, it's getting really chilly all of a sudden here at Delaware Speedway in combination with the wind. The track is going to gain grip because it's cooling right off, and we're set to go with the V8 stock feature race. And we're going to go 25 laps with these drivers. And we did have an instant in the heat race earlier today with Clutterbuck and the points leader, Kyle Mesenberg. Clutterbuck will have the pole position in the 72. It'll be Jeff Ferguson in the 23 outside row number. No, sorry. It's going to be the 17 of David Rockwood on the pole. Clutterbuck will sit outside pole in the 72. Ferguson inside row 2. Mesenberg outside row 2. Then Ethan Orr in the 95 inside row number 3. The 73, Jordan Morris outside row number 3. And then we have Stevenson and Jesse Kennedy in the 10K. Let's go trackside to Joy Langdon.
Yeah, so we've got the V8 stocks next, as you mentioned, and the interesting rule is you cannot go below 21.4 seconds per lap. If you do that, you get back flagged, and you have to serve a drive-through penalty through pit lane. So that is the interesting rule in the V8 stocks. It's called the breakout rule, and these teams are going to have to be very cautious of that this race.
So did he say you can't go below 21 seconds? That doesn't make sense. If you go below 21 seconds, that's actually a fast time. If you're sandbagging, you'd want to go higher than 21 seconds. That makes no sense to me. Not saying Joey Langdon's wrong, because he's probably not. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. We're racing here. V8 stock feature, green flag in the air, 25 laps. And Rockwood out front. Slow start for Clutterbuck, but he slowed up Meserberg. I'm not sure if that was maybe a little bit intentional after the heat race contact between those two or not.
Kennedy's on a mission here.
Here comes Jesse Kennedy, and Ferguson to the lead on the inside. So Jesse Kennedy in that late model style number 10 under the V8 stock characteristics is legal to go here. Rockwood battling again on the outside of the turn 2. Ferguson the inside in the 23. Then it's Orr, Stevenson, Kennedy, Morris, and Clutterbuck and Meserberg at the back. Well, I'm not quite sure what's going on back there, but the points leader marked at the back of the field.
Great battle for the lead.
Yeah, side by side for lead. There you see 3 wide in the back. Now we're back to the front. Rockwood in the 17. Ferguson in the 23. Side by side out of turn 4. They're side by side all the way back to the 7th spot. Here they come into turn number 1. Side by side, Rockwood and Ferguson, 17 and the 23 respectively, and they'll stay side by side. Rockwood tends to get a little bit of a better run on corner exit out of turn 2.
That outside groove, he's got the 2 right sides in that top new asphalt. Seems to be working well for Rockwood.
They'll stay side by side, but Ferguson will edge him into turn 1. Rockwood will fight back on the outside in the 17. Kennedy now up to 3rd. Here comes Jesse Kennedy in the 10K.
You can see him really rock it out at 2, and then he hits the brakes at about the Bud Light sign on the back, because that breakout rule there. That late model should just blow by these two, but he's playing it smart to these rules.
Okay, so that's why the rules in, because the Kennedy machine's out there probably. Now it makes sense to me. I was a little confused.
The 17 is a super stock. The 23 is an actual V8 stock. The 10 is a late model. And then everybody else in the field is a V8 stock. So it's basically bracket racing that you have to stay within that time.
There you go. Thank you for that, Cole. I was confused, but now I get it in a black flag that Jesse Kennedy last time by.
Yeah, he was getting pretty antsy there with the loud pedal, and you could see him set the nose at the scoreboard every time, and then unfortunately he pushed a little bit hard there. Almost got the tire coming in.
And when you're talking about a late model body shape, what do you mean by set the nose?
Sorry, say that again?
When you're talking about a late model body, what do you mean by set the nose?
So when you set the nose is when you're coming into the corner. A lot of these late models nowadays are on bump shim, so inside your shocks and springs are actually little springs that when you come into the corner it sets your nose perfectly on the ground. You're not bottoming out, you're not monster trucking high, it's just the perfect set. I don't know if you could get a zoom in on Kennedy's nose there. That's kind of what setting the nose would be.
Side by side for the lead, 16 to go this time by. It's Rockwood in the 17 on the outside, Ferguson on the inside. Now the 17 is a super stock. So that's probably why, Cole, they've been side by side so much, because the 17 has to stay in that 21-second threshold for a lap time. So does the 10K late model of Kennedy.
Yeah, 100%. The 17 should technically blow right by him. Oh, they're into each other. Oh, they're not
into each other, and up the wall they both wash. Here comes the inside. Morris will grab the first spot. Caution on their speedway. The question is, did Morris pass those two before caution hit the speedway?
Well, it was good side-by-side racing. Here we go. We'll see what happens here. 23, he might just get in a little bit too hot because he is trying to compete with a super stock. Yeah, it looks like the back end of that car just got a little happy and it hit the 17 and they got all crossways and then he stayed on it and yeah.
So my question for you is, does this open up a can of worms having this type of scenario in the V8 stock feature where you have a super stock that has to stay under a certain lap time threshold or on a certain lap time threshold? You have a late model. Does this open up a can of worms, especially when you have a collision like that?
Yeah, I guess it would. I know that the V8 class here has been struggling a little bit. Usually there's 5 or 6 of them show up, so adding extra cars is always good. And then adding this, I don't know if the 17 and the 10 have spotters to let them know, hey, you're going too fast, slow down, hey, hit the brakes here, because that's a pretty, well, it's an important thing to do. You see Jesse Kennedy kind of mess that one up and went too quick, I would assume. He was too quick. He wasn't too slow, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, when we went down to Joey trackside, he said that, and the reason why I was confused because I needed a little bit more information, and I never even thought, okay, that 17 is actually a super stock, and the 10 with Jesse is actually a late model. So there's the 21-second threshold.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense to me. And then when you and Joey both kind of elaborate a little bit more on it, then I finally got it. So that makes sense. Under 21, you're in trouble. Over 21, you're fine.
And that is tough to do, to stay in that.
I can imagine. You want to go fast all the time, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how can you, and before Jesse got black flag, how can you sit there a third spot in the feature
and try to catch him?
And the two are right there and try to catch him, and you know you have the power in there, but you just can't use it.
Yeah, it'd be a tough deal.
16 to go here. V8 feature from Delaware Speedway.
We'll see what the 10 can do here now that he's starting at the back. I think he's not down a lap, right? He's on the lead lap?
He's on the lead lap, I believe. Rockwood in his 17. Now it's Morris in his 73. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Delaware. And the field 2x2 for 4 rolls through turns 1 and 2 and down the back. It's Rockwood in the 17 super stock. It's the 73 of Jordan Morris in the V8 on the high side. Mesenberg, your points leader, in tow in the orange machine.
Yeah, and realistically, these guys that are in the 17 and the 10, they would have came out on a Monday night and changed their gear and their setup of their car, so they know they can go all out and they're not going to exceed that time that they have to stay in with. So they technically shouldn't. Oh, we got a
contact. The 72 and the 23 got involved. The 72 $200 in the infield. Still green flag on the speedway. He'll right the ship, get back on the track. And the Clutterbuck machine is down and away. We are still green side by side for the lead. It's now Mesenberg on the inside, Morris on the high side. Now you have the late model of Kennedy inside for third, and the super stock of Rockwood in the 4th spot. Speed shot right at the stripe. Field runs through 1 and 2, up the hill, down the back. Morris gets a nice run on Mesenberg. Corner exit. Mesenberg fights back on turn 3 corner entry. And Kennedy right there looking for a slip up.
Well, we got a spin.
And we have a spin. It's the Orr machine. And now it's caution on the speedway. And Orr turns the machine around and back on her way. Now that kind of confused me a little bit. I thought Clutterbuck was in the grass a lot longer than Orr was spun in the track, but I guess that's the difference right there. Clutterbuck in the grass, way away from the racing, whereas Orr was right in the middle of the groove. So caution on the speedway, 12 to go in this V8 stock feature. Mesenberg will be your leader here. Morris in 2nd, Kennedy in 3rd. And white flag already being displayed on the speedway by flagman Scott Mackey. Stevenson will fall into the 5th spot inside row number 3 on the restart. And at the 23, my apologies, the 23 of Ferguson recovering now and back up to 6th spot. Then it's Clutterbuck and Orr.
Technically, I should have brought my late model out here since I can't win an actual late model race. I might be able to race a different crowd here and get one done with the V8 class.
Well, I'll be selfish for a sec. I'm kind of glad you didn't. Because you're up here.
No, this has been fun. This is pretty cool.
You're throwing out some great analysis, especially when we talked about nose down and what all that meant. I'm sure the listeners at home loving it, or the viewers at home as well. Green flag in the air. We're racing 12 to go. V8 stock feature. It's Mesenberg, your points leader on the inside. Morris with a great run out of turn 2 and down the back. Here comes Rockwood in the 17 super stock to the high side. And Kennedy in the 10 late model. V8 stocks with 1 super stock and 1 late model on a 21 lap time threshold. You go under 21, you're going to get black flag. You got to stay 21 or higher or slower.
It makes for exciting racing. I'll give the Speedway that. Sauble Speedway does something similar here with their United 8, I believe it's called. I mean, I'm entertained. Are you?
I love it. Contact on the front stretch. Ferguson into the rear bumper of the Mesenberg machine.
Seems to be the all rock and roll for 7/8 of a lap, and they get to the start-finish line and then hammer the brakes so they don't exceed their time.
Rockwood trying to grab the lead on the high side of Morris. He will out of turn 4. Then he slows. See how he slowed it up there out of turn 4?
Yeah,
and
there we go.
He stacked up the whole field, and Ferguson taking advantage of the 23. He must have thought maybe somebody did get in his ears. And Clutterbuck's around. Clutterbuck's around in turns 1 and 2. He's on the track, so we'll see if the caution comes out. There's the 72.
Still green, he's still sitting there.
Field out of turn 4.
And he throws it, yeah.
Yep, caution on the Speedway. I wonder if Rockwood, like you said earlier, Cole, had somebody in his ear saying, hey, you're too fast, back it down, back it down. He backed it down and stacked up the whole field out of 4.
Yeah, this is a slippery slope that they're playing here with brake checking down the front straightaway right at the start-finish line. That's a recipe to destroy a car.
Let's go to the replay, Cole.
Oh, 3 wide. Looks like they all just kind of got into each other, and yeah, just around he goes.
Yeah, Orr was there in the red and yellow 95. So caution on the Speedway here with 9 to go in this V8 stock feature. Up next, the 28-lap feature with the bone stocks, culminating with the 100-lap feature with the Ontario Sportsman Series. As caution remains on the Speedway.
We'll see if they continue with this brake check here at the start-finish line. And if I was a betting man, which I might be, I think we might see quite the collision here on the front straightaway. That's I don't know. Well, they know what they're doing. I'm just up here talking to you. So
we love having you up here. That's for sure. DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. Race fans who want to come out here. Great crowd here tonight again on a Friday night. I'm liking this Canada doubleheader here that you're involved in.
Yeah, that'll be a good weekend.
On both nights, or just the Saturday with the APC series?
I believe just the Saturday.
Just the Saturday. So yeah,
it's a Friday race is the first, is it not?
Super Stocks, Modifieds, and Hot Rods are on the Friday, and then Saturday, July 2nd, you're up with your late model with the Modifieds, Hot Rods, and Ontario Super Late models on July 2nd. So yeah, Canada Day weekend. All the information, DelawareSpeedway.com. Yeah, get your tickets because we will not be here on Rogers TV for that particular weekend. Lights off on the Delaware Speedway pace car. As we get set to turn the V8 stock feature loose again with 9 to go. Dave Rockwood in the 17 Super Stock at the point. Jordan Morris on the outside. Field slowly out of turn 4. Looks for green. They have it. Green flag. We're racing at the half mile. Side by side into turns 1 and out of turn 2. They'll stay there. Morris got a good exit before out of turn 2. Not bad that time. Rockwood will fight back on the inside. Ferguson up to 3rd. Mesenberg and Orr side by side for 4th. Mesenberg will take the spot. Here comes Kennedy.
And there's the brake check.
The brake check again from the Super Stock 17 out of turn 4.
They're timing it perfect because they're running 21.4s, or that time was a 22.0.
Well, they are timing it perfect.
The only thing that's not going to be timed is the guy behind you that doesn't time it like you time it, and then all of a sudden...
We'll check Rockwood's time. 22.1. They are timing that actually pretty good. Kennedy was a 22.2. Side by side for the lead. Here's Kennedy making it 3 wide for 3rd. And they're going to stay 3 wide, and brake smoke from Mesenberg allows
now watch
Ferguson.
The 10 brake. He's going to have to brake a lot here. And there they go.
Rockwood 21.9 and Kennedy at 21.5. They're getting it down pat, Cole, with 6 to go. I think Jesse's timed it out where he can accelerate and where he needs to slow it down and back it down before the stripe. Side by side for the lead. Morris on the inside, Rockwood on the outside. They're both fine again. Rockwood at 21.7. Here's Kennedy challenging Ferguson to the inside. There's the battle for the lead. Morris in the 73. Rockwood into 17, side by side out of turn 4. 4 to go. Oh, they're all slowed down. I think Morris even slowed down a little bit as well.
See, and the first person to change that up, say they brake check in the middle of the corner and slow down and then use all their horsepower down the straightaways, that might work out better since everybody's stacking up here. But I mean, this is exciting as it gets.
3 to go this time by Rockwood. Morris fights back on the inside.
I bet you they're
Does
using
it look
more
like Morris
brake.
is slowing up a little bit, Cole?
I think he is, but it's kind of funny because it looks like they're using up more brake at the start-finish line than they would be to get into one.
Popsicle sticks next time by. 2 to go this time by.
Now we'll see. Now that it's coming down to the wire here, we're going to see who's patient, and who's still nailing the brakes here to stay in the time.
Both 17 and the 10, 21.7s. They're fighting with Morris at the front. 1.5 laps to go. V8 stock feature from Delaware Speedway. Jordan Morris on the inside. Dave Rockwood on the outside. Jesse Kennedy at 10. Morris gets loose.
It's a good save. Oh, they're getting more risky.
Both of them are good. 21.5s. Here they come.
Here we go. 3 wide.
Last lap. Here's Kennedy to the inside. It'll be interesting to see what Jesse's time is here. Morris fighting back on the outside.
Who's going to outbreak who?
Checkers in the air. Oh, and Morris slowed down as well. What do we got for a time?
20.7.
20.7 for Jesse Kennedy. He's going to win the V8 stock feature. Why is Jordan Morris?
Oh, we got another guy around.
That was Clutterbuck again. Why is Jordan Morris braking before the stripe? He's a V8 stock, is he not?
He is a V8 stock, but
it's for everybody.
It's
then.
for everybody, yeah.
Okay, the rule's for everybody.
Yeah.
Morris's last time was a 21.1, so he was barely there.
Just there.
Yep,
Yeah.
so there.
Well,
10K.
Kennedy had a 20.7. That is legal, right? What can't they go under?
21.
So he doesn't win.
Oh, if it's 21, then there's last time was 20.7.
He just smoked him by 3/10 there.
So we're gonna fight. We were gonna go to break, but maybe we should stick here. Jesse Kennedy's last time was 20.7. We will go to break. We'll find out what happened. Coming up next, Rogers TV, Delaware Speedway Racing, brought to you by Oil Guard.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville. Watch it on Rogers Cable, rogerstv.com. Thanks for watching.
Let's go trackside to who is now the winner, David Rockwood of the V8 stock feature.
Here for you guys on a Friday night, so you come out and give the new class a try. Did you have fun?
Honestly, at the beginning of the night, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And then to pick up the win, this is amazing. I hope all you fans out there really enjoyed this.
It was a good show, man. 2-3 wide all night.
Yeah, when I went to the high side, I was like, I hope this sticks. And then they all blew time there, and I was like, okay, I guess.
I know you got a lot of people you want to thank for getting you out here.
I want to thank RWS Engineering, McNichol Welding and Supply. I wouldn't be here right now without them. They have done everything for me. Pine Valley Minute Loop, Jay's Detail Shop, MPH Custom Designs. This is the Dave Lawrence Memorial. Huge guy. He's helped multiple racers. Who else do I got? Jennifer Hatch, Maverick Real Estate. She has definitely helped a lot. So, And I would like to thank the title sponsor, Pennzoil Victory Lane.
Down here in Pennzoil Victory Lane for the Dock Stater Property Maintenance Machines. We got the 50-50 folks in here. How much are we playing for tonight?
We have $650 on the line here.
$650. So here's the rules. We're going to draw the 50-50 number now. It's going to go up to the main concourse to the souvenir booth. You will claim it there.
David Rockwood, welcome back. You can see it's getting a little chilly here as Cole and myself have put on some extra clothing. David Rockwood called the winner. Now, here's the thing. Remember the 21-second threshold here. You go under 21 because we had a late model and we had a super stock in there. You go under 21, you get black flagged. You stay over 21, you're good. Now, here's the thing. Jordan Morris's last lap was his fastest lap, but it was at 21.17. So he's good. And we checked all the laps, and he did not go below 21. So there could be a protest here if the Morris team looks into that stuff. Rockwood was good on the last lap. Jesse Kennedy, who came home first on the track, went under 21 seconds. He did a 20.7. Jordan Morris, we got, according to live timing and scoring, no lap time below 21, Cole. So if you're the Morris team, you got to look at that.
Yeah, I definitely would. I don't know if he knows, but somebody should probably text him or call him and say, hey, you might have won.
Absolutely, as we get set for our next feature race, but let's go trackside with Joey Langdon.
So I'm here with Ethan Orr of the last race. I just heard it's still under investigation, but as of now, you just got promoted into third place, your first podium of the season, I believe. Congratulations. And you're the youngest one out here, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you're 15 years old coming in, and you're racing out here with the guys who've been doing this for years and years and years. Does that intimidate you at all?
Not really. Yeah, it's not really too intimidating. I've been racing for a lot of years, so it's just doesn't matter the age, just whatever goes on during the track.
And you've been racing for many years, but this is your first year going up and doing stock cars. You've been doing karting for many years. What's the biggest difference coming up from doing your karting series to come up and doing the stock cars at Delaware?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are different, like the bigger track, but it's just more the size of the car and how it handles around the track.
And just last thing, we got the car here. We had a lot of compliments about it. What's the inspiration behind the paint job?
Yeah, it was my dad's old car back in the day, and then when I started racing, we pulled it out of retirement, and I just started racing it.
All right, well, and the Lightning McQueen car carried you to a podium finish today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Backside with the driver of the 95, Ethan Orr. We have more on that feature coming up after the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Don't be distracted and leave your cooking unattended.
Stand by your pan and look while you cook.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction, on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Melissa Yee, Community Engagement Specialist at Rogers TV. Volunteering at Rogers TV during my high school years provided a great opportunity for me to learn on-air reporting and writing, which helped me get into the college I wanted with that experience. The skills I learned while volunteering at Rogers TV were invaluable, and it has now led me down my career path of now overseeing the volunteer program at Rogers TV.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares, Cole Powell, and Joey Langdon trackside. Cole, we have had some people reaching out to us about the 21-second rule, and the reason why Jordan Morris did not advance the first when Kennedy was disqualified is why.
So the rule is you cannot break 21.4 as long as that's correct. I've been told about 15 different numbers here, so I personally don't really care who won. That was a very exciting race to watch, but I'm pretty sure that the rule is 21.4. So Kennedy did a 20.7, so that DQs him. Morris also broke that,
yeah,
right?
21.1.
So he just beat it by 0.3, and then that put Rockwood in victory lane. So hopefully that's all sorted out. I got about 16 messages on that rule.
So this with the V8 stock, as we get set for the bone stock 28 lap feature, this thing with the breakthrough or breakout, is it breakthrough or breakout? What's the call? What are they calling it?
Oh, I don't know. The breakout.
The V8 rule with the other cars from other divisions can come if you stay within that 21.4 second. You like it? It could be more car count.
I personally liked it. That was very exciting. Yeah, it's only going to bring more cars out. I'd be tempted to bring my late model out, actually. Kennedy obviously did pretty well. He got pretty excited there on that last lap, obviously by doing a 20.7. But up to that point, he did great. And it's only going to increase the car count, which is always good to see.
Absolutely. Getting set for the bone stock feature. We'll do 28 laps commemorating the memory of Dave Lawrence, who once drove the 28 car. And that's why we're doing 28 laps. Dave Lawrence, a well-known racer here at the half mile in southwestern Ontario for sure. His son Chris dominated his heat race in the 28 machine. And we've got to watch the Matt Langford machine as well. He dominated in his last chance qualifier. What do we got here? We got over 30 cars in this bone stock feature, Cole. This is going to be wild.
This is a massive car count. This is going to be nothing but exciting, I think.
Pace car on the apron. We're getting set for 28 laps. Feature race for the bone stocks. The field out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We are racing at the half mile. And the 31, Michael Verburn, leads the pile into turn number 1. And contact already, 3 and 4 wide through turns 1 and 2.
4 wide, 5 wide. It's almost 6 wide.
Almost
Holy
6
moly.
wide. The 17 in trouble, falling back. As the front 3 out to nose to tail action already. It's the 31 of Michael Verburn, Bonnie Sue Starrett in the 89, Cassie Howard in the 59. And then the rest of the field.
Still 3 wide. 3 wide for about 4 rows. 4 wide. Smoke.
Lawrence in the 28, Langford in the 03, marked back in traffic, trying to weed their way through.
Where is the 28 and the 78?
The 28 and the 78 and the 03 back in probably about 20th in the high teens, low 20 position as the leader goes into turn number 1. Nathan Ray in that mix-up back in the pack 2. The faster cars. There you see a battle coming out of turn 2 down the back. That is the 89. Bonnie Sue Starrett. Go ahead, Cole. The 30.
Yeah, it looks like the 11's got a tire down. He's probably going to make his way to pit road here.
The 34 is Story will drop into the pit lane as well as the field comes around to knock off another lap. Still the 03 machine Langford. Joe Lawrence in the 78. Having trouble getting through traffic. I'm trying to find the 28 of Chris Lawrence. He wants to get to the front. He's behind those two. So lots of traffic and lots of faster cars at the back. Meanwhile, out front, it's Michael Verburn. Out front by 10 car lengths now. On the second place car, the 55 of Craig Cole. Bonnie Sue Starrett has dropped to third spot and under siege now as the 5 of Jeremiah Rabideau goes to the third spot. The black 5 on the way to the front. 3 wide down the back. Lots of cars in the back end. Bonnie Sue Starrett off the pace in the 89. She'll drop down in the pit lane. The 64 also comes down into the pits.
4 wide, headed into 1. Lawrence down low. Seems to make it work. Not a scratch.
Not a scratch after 4 wide on the front stretch. Now we got a battle at the front.
There's Dyson.
Go ahead, Cole.
He's Dyson. He's 3 wide again. He's making that bottom work.
There you see Lamont in the 90 on the inside. A lot of cars all together there. There's Jay Cox in the 00. And there you see the battle at the front. It's Michael Verburn in the 31, and Craig Cole's caught him in the 55 machine. And don't look now, but here comes Jeremiah Rabideau, just 4 car lengths back in the 5. There he is. It's going to be a 3-car battle at the front. Cole to the outside. And Cole grabbed the lead into turn number 1.
Made no work of that, and he's going to set sail here. He's got him by 4, 5, 6 car lengths now.
Here comes Rabideau now on the outside of Verburn to grab the second spot into turn 3.
Oh, we got almost a spin. He's saved it. Oh, he's into the wall.
Oh, crash high in the wall in turn 2.
You never like to see that driver side into the wall, the number 12.
Yeah, that's Joe Kicks in the white number 12. We're under caution here.
Hopefully Joe's okay here. That's never, that was a big hit.
7 laps complete, 21 to go in this bone stock feature. And the emergency crew's on scene to take care of Joe. High side turn 2. We'll pause for a quick break. Plenty more feature racing to come. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Monday nights, a winner with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV. With a weekly prize board of $3,000, the money raised funds projects to help the youth in our community. You can pick up your cards at over 90 locations across London, and for only $2, you get 6 chances to win. Watch, play, and win every Monday night at 8 p.m. with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV, or streamed live at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing here on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. There you see the 12 machine of Joe Kicks. Let's go trackside, Joey Langdon.
I'm here in the Starrett Racing box. Looks like there was a puncture on Len Starrett's machine, and they're having some trouble getting the tire off. But they say they're going back on. We're under yellow right now, so the field is frozen. Hopefully you can get back on sooner rather than later. But they're having a lot of trouble with it, but they're confident they're going to be back racing.
Trackside, Joey Langdon, thank you so much for that report. Joey, we appreciate it. They have the 12 on the business end of the Delaware Speedway tow truck. We noticed during break, Cole Powell, the 78 of Joe Lawrence advancing well in that first green flag stint, but the one of the heat race winners earlier, Chris Lawrence, who dominated his heat race, still marred back in traffic.
Yeah, he definitely dominated that first race. He was, half a track ahead of second, and now, I don't know, maybe he's just playing it smart. He's biding his time. He's not crunching up his fenders here, getting flat tires, and ended up on the hook like the 12. Can't win races when you're on the back of a tow truck.
Quick drive being applied to just almost at the exit of turn 2. Kitty litter, whatever you want to call it, to clean up the liquid spill. You guys have to work that through a lot after it's applied on the track before you can go back to green?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to work that in real hard, and then you got to work it out of your eyes. You get that stuff in your eyes all the time, scratches your eyes, and then you end up crying for the rest of the race, and it's not a fun feeling.
9 laps complete. No, my apologies. 7 laps complete in this bone stock feature. 21 to go. And Jordan Wilms in the 92 coming down pit lane. He was a strong competitor in his heat race as well. Coming to the attention of his crew.
Now, watching this camera view here, the 12, he doesn't seem to be out of the car yet, and it's looking like he doesn't want to be done yet. I don't know if we can get a pit guy down to the 12 car here, but he might not be done for the night.
We only have one pit guy, Cole.
Oh, well, don't leisurely walk over there. Let's hustle.
Joey is our pit reporter.
Upgrade your home's windows and doors today to take advantage of 1 year.
All right, so we're waiting to go back to green here. Bone stock feature 21 still to go. We'll be right back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
I'm Mallory, and I was walking home one night when an impaired driver hit me. He had been overserved in 2 bars before getting behind the wheel. If the servers would have called him a cab instead of serving him more alcohol, my life would be the same as what it used to be. I think servers play the biggest role in keeping us safe because it's up to them what state the person's in when they leave. Refusing service isn't personal, it's the law.
Volunteering at Rogers TV was a huge part of my career path.
It was the opportunities that I got doing color commentary for Woodstock Navy Vets Hockey or E&G shoots for First Local and Plugged In that led to the opportunity of me getting my first job right out of college at Rogers TV. And that led to me becoming the station manager of all of Southwestern Ontario. Take the chance, learn the skills. It will help you down the road.
Bone stock feature under the caution due to the 12 car. We have the 12 car. Let's go trackside to Joey.
I'm here with Joe Kicks at the Just for Kicks racing box. And, well, Joe, I don't think the tire is supposed to look like that.
No, and I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have 4, not 3.
So what happened there in your eyes?
I got turned, didn't really see what happened, and then when I finally broke loose, I spun right around and then I hit the wall.
Did you catch who turned you?
I'm not sure. I got the GoPro. I'll look at it later.
All right, we'll be interested to see that too. We'll take a look at our replays as well. And, well, it looks like it's the end of your night, but you can come back the rest of the season. So this look fixable to you?
Oh, I had a Saturn and I fixed that, so I'm pretty sure I can fix this.
All right, well, it was a good night so far. It's going to end here, but we'll see you in the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Joey Lennon, trackside with the driver of the 12 car, Joe Kicks. I don't know if we don't have a replay on it, but I wonder, he didn't sound like he thought there was contact. I'm not sure there was contact.
I don't know. It looked like he was all crossways getting out at 2, and there seemed to be somebody into his left rear, and then maybe overcorrected into the wall there, but I don't want to point fingers on something there that I don't know. All I know is he hit the wall hard, and I'm glad that he's out of it because nothing's good when you hit driver's side.
No, absolutely. Under caution here, bone stock feature, 21 to go. Still yellow flag on the speedway. And we do have a safety vehicle returning to the track in turns 1 and 2. Maybe some debris or maybe to check in on the oil dry. And then we should get the sign to double up this field. Over 30 cars here doing a 28-lap feature in this division, commemorating the memory of Dave Lawrence, who drove the 28 many times here at Delaware Speedway, well known in the area as being a racer here at Delaware Speedway. Chris Lawrence driving the 28 himself now. Joe Lawrence in the 78, correct. As in 78 of Joe Lawrence is up in the top 10 as of this particular moment. The leader is Craig Cole in the 55. And looking for that safety vehicle, Jordan Wilms returning to the track. No, he came on the track, now he comes back. Let's go trackside, Joey Langdon.
Down here with Len Starrett. Len, you had some tire issues earlier. Like something else happened.
Yeah, I just got pinched off in turn 2 and just knocked the toe out of the car, so it's pretty much undrivable right now until I do another setup.
But it'll be good to go the rest of the season, you think?
Yeah, we'll get her fixed up again.
All right, and did you see who pinched you off? What happened there? What?
No, there was a lot of us all going for the same area, so.
All right, well, it was a great day for your team. You still got one car out there, so good luck the rest of the night and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joey Langdon, trackside here at Delaware Speedway as we get the signal to double up this field. Joe Lawrence up to 9th. Go ahead, you were going to say something?
Yeah, and Craig Cole's a recent leader here. He had just passed Verburn there within the last 2 laps, I want to say, before the 12 hit the wall.
Yeah, watch for the 5 car too, inside row 2. That's Jeremiah Rabideau, I believe the current points leader. He caught that battle at the front. Should be a great little restart here. Joe Lawrence up to 9th here in the 78.
Where's Chapman at with that video game move that he did in the first heat race? He's
outside the 58. He's about 8 rows back outside.
I think that's where he was, and then he ended up somehow leading, so maybe he'll work that magic, or somebody's going to throw a block and got onto his magic there.
Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car as we get set to throw this field back to racing here with 21 laps to go in this bone stock feature. Craig Cole, the point car in the 55 machine. The 31 outside him is Michael Verburn, the pole sitter at the start of this feature. Field out of turn 4, looking for the green flag from Scott Mackey. They get it. We are racing at the half mile with the bone stocks. Jay Cox getting a little racy, gives Rabideau a little tag into turn number 1. Some faster cars now at the front of this field as they'll rumble down the back. Rabideau quickly to second. Cox to the inside now, looking for third on Verburn. Here's Jordan Wilms. He got a spot back after coming down into the pits. Lamont in tow. Wilms to the inside of Cox. Front two trying to get away. Chris Lawrence marred back outside the top 10 right now, just inside the top 15. Rabideau on the back bumper, Cole down the back.
Here goes Jordan Lawrence, 3 wide down the back chute. He's been making that bottom work all night.
Lawrence looking for a 6th spot right there. There's a Cox in the 00 you just saw coming out of turn 4. He has the 3rd spot. Wilms in the 92 in tow. Jordan Lawrence in the 78 inside of Lamont. That's a battle for 6th. Battle at the front, though. 3 wide. There's Lawrence on the inside. Lamont now back to the front of the field. It's Rabideau on the inside. Now Cole for the lead. And the points leader to the front out of turn 4.
Heck of a power move there down the back straightaway by the 5 car.
Cox up to 3rd, Wilms to 4th. Joe Lawrence up to 5th now around Lamont. He's got Nathan Rea in tow. And here comes the 28 of Chris Lawrence. Lawrence inside the top 10. He'll go 3 wide down the back. Lawrence on the inside, Rea in the middle. It's Lamont on the high side. Chris Lawrence, who dominated his heat race, has the 28 on his doors, trying to come to the front. Here comes the lead pack into turns 1 and 2. It's Rabideau out front. Cole 2nd, Cox 3rd, Wilms 4th, Joe Lawrence to 5th, Rea in 6th, and Chris Lawrence has come through the field to 7th.
Inside didn't work for Chris. Now he's going to try the outside.
Rabideau trying to stretch his legs, 16 to go. Chris Lawrence battling with Rea. That's for the 7th spot. There's the gap at the lead. Rabideau a good 15 car lengths ahead of Cole in 2nd spot. And there you see the 00 of Cox in 3rd. Trying to get to the inside of Cole. He gets to the inside of the turn 4, but Cole closes the door. Wilms right there as well. 4-car battle for 2nd spot. Rea protecting the 6th spot from Chris Lawrence down the back. There you see Cole, Cox, Wilms, and Joe Lawrence. That's a battle for 2nd.
Great battle here, 2nd to 4th. Throw a blanket over these 4 drivers.
Yep, Wilms to the inside now of Cox. Cox accelerates in corner exit.
Halfway.
Chris Lawrence trying to get to the high side of Rea. There's the side-by-side battle. Cox in the 00, Wilms in the 92, Joe Lawrence in the 78. That's a battle for 3rd spot into turns 3 and 4. Rabideau out front by a half a straightaway now. Good battles at the front. Good fast cars at the front.
That 5 car is on rails right now. If the Lawrence brothers want to make some magic happen here, I think we're going to need a caution. But
yeah, or the
lap traffic.
Or the lap traffic. That's about a straightaway and a corner ahead of the leader. There's about 7 cars all mixed up battling with each other.
Looks like by about lap 8 to go, he's going to be in a hornet's nest of lap cars, which is never fun.
Huge battle for 2nd. 6 cars involved through turns 1 and 2. It's Wilms in the 92. It's Cole in the 55. Joe Lawrence in the 78. Cox in the 00. And just behind them, Chris Lawrence has gotten past Nathan Rea. Lawrence up to 6th now as Rabideau comes to complete another lap. 11 to go. Wilms and Cole side by side for 2nd. Here they come into turn number 1. And Wilms pinched Cole on the lap traffic there, Cole.
Did the perfect pick there.
Nose to tail, 2nd through 4th. Lawrence now to the end. Chris Lawrence now to the inside of Cox. Chris Lawrence picking him off here in the 28. 10 laps to go. Rabideau into turn 1. Battle for 2nd now going into turn 1. Chris Lawrence to the inside of Cox. And he'll grab another spot. Chris Lawrence up to 4th. Joe Lawrence looks to the inside of Cole to no avail. There's Cole, Joe Lawrence, Chris Lawrence, and Cox right there in the 00. They're all nose to tail through turns 3 and 4.
Rabideau's into some lap traffic now where he's going to come up on, I believe that's Cassie Howard.
Yep, lots of back marker traffic now for the leader.
Side by each there. He's going to have to go split 3 wide to get by that group.
What a fantastic battle for 2nd. Nose to tail, 6 cars. Here's Cole to the inside of Wilms looking for a spot. Rabideau in a lot of traffic. Comes around, 8 laps to go. Joe Lawrence to the high side of Cole. It's the Lawrence boys. They're going to try and team up on the high side here. It's Joe in the 78. Now Chris Stucks to the inside. Chris will get a run out of turn 2 and down the back. Rabideau still in some trouble. Not trouble, but traffic. Out of turn number 4, there's Cole. Chris Lawrence and Joe Lawrence nose to tail out of turn 4.
A little bit of contact to the leader.
7 laps to go here at the Delaware half mile for this Bone Stock 28-lap feature in memory of Dave Lawrence. Jeremiah Rabideau right there is your leader in the 5 car. The second place battle through 3 and 4, and now they're into traffic with Wilms in the 2nd spot. Chris Lawrence has come all the way to 3rd. On the last restart, he was outside the top 20.
Awesome drive by Chris Lawrence here. I think he's going to need a caution here to catch the 5 car, but 5 car still has a couple lap cars here. They've reeled him in a little bit, but I don't believe enough here with 6 to go. 5 to go now at the line.
5 to go this time by Wilms, Lawrence, or Chris Lawrence and Joe Lawrence will take the high side on some back marker traffic. Lots of traffic.
Out.
And there's the caution. And it's for the 42 on the back stretch just before the back pit entrance. And good night team strategy. We're going to re-rack them here with 5 to go. This will be interesting.
Yeah, this just got really exciting here.
So Rabideau will be the leader. Wilms will sit outside row number 1 in the 92. Now you got Chris Lawrence, who's going to start immediately behind the leader, and Joe Lawrence on his outside. Let's go trackside. Joey Langdon.
Hey guys, I'm just down here. Pete Vanderwist Jr., the number 7, his car blew a tire. He came in. Took them a long time to change it, but they were able to get back out just as the yellow flag flew. So he doesn't have a ton of time to make up positions, but he's at least back on the track.
Great, Joey. Thank you so much for that report. We appreciate it. There is the 42, Jason Craig, getting assisted into the pit area. And the reason for our current caution number 2 in this Bone Stock 28-lap feature, 28 in memory of Dave Lawrence. And the Lawrence boys are in contention. They will restart 3rd and 4th. This is going to be a great restart. This is a great action at the front there, especially that battle for 2nd involving 6 cars.
Absolutely, this is going to be very exciting. Who do you got?
I don't know. I like Chris looks really strong here, but so is Jeremiah. But Jeremiah hasn't had any heat on him this feature yet, Cole. So
yeah, I think that's about to change here right now.
You know, if you're Chris on this restart, what do you help Jeremiah into the turn a little bit, or what do you do?
I mean, if I was Chris, and race fans, if you know anything about me, I would probably do it a little bit. Just enough to not get a black flag, but nothing dirty, but enough to say I'm here. I don't know if going into 1 is the move. Maybe to help him a little bit, and then make a power move down the back straightaway, and see if you can pull a little bit of a slide job or something on him.
Jeremiah Rabideau in the 5, your leader. Jordan Wilms outside row number 1. Then it's the Lawrence boys. It's Chris in the 28, Joe in the 78 on Dave Lawrence night.
I can tell you what 2 drivers want it the most. That 28 and 78, so that's got to play a role into something. This isn't just your average 28-lap race.
Still windy here at Delaware Speedway. The wind is blowing right to left from what you see on the screen, pushing these cars down the back, and then they're hitting the wall of wind coming out of turn 4.
28's bumping the 5. He's letting them know, hey, I'm here.
Pace car in the apron, lights off, getting set for green flag action here with 5 to go. Rabideau at the point.
Here we go.
Looking for the green flag. We are racing with the Bone Stocks here at the half mile. 5 to go.
Big
Chris Lawrence with a bad start, Cole.
Yeah, big bump by the 55 to the 78, which really launched him forward.
Chris Lawrence fighting back under Joe Lawrence side by side for the lead. Here comes Cole pushing Chris Lawrence down the back. In the turns 3 and 4 now, Rabideau in the 5. He'll get the lead on the turn 4. Here comes Chris Lawrence back to the inside of the Wilms machine. 4 to go. Cole will follow the 28 into the corner. And loose was Lawrence, but he'll take the second spot up the hill and down the back, and he'll set a sail on the leader, Jeremiah Rabideau.
Rabideau needs to just punch his mirror up and hit his marks, and he's got this race.
Wilms just ran into the back of Chris Lawrence, or is he trying to push him? Because Rabideau's starting to get away. Lawrence in the 28, trying to take the 28 to Victory Lane on Dave Lawrence 28 night. 3 to go. Rabideau out to about a 15-car length lead right now. That's a strong machine.
Very strong. Nothing's over, though. Nothing's done until it's done.
Wilms will make contact with Chris Lawrence again. Now they both collide again. Lawrence forces Wilms to the inside. And Chris Lawrence gets loose into turn number 1. Those two are battling, and a lot of contact the last 2 laps.
A lot of contact.
There they are on your screen with 1.5 to go. Wilms in the 92, Chris Lawrence in the 28. Rabideau out of turn 4, white flag in the air. Look out! It's a slow yellow car right in the way of the leader, and Rabideau saw him just in time. Wilms will grab second spot, white flag on a speedway.
Lawrence is real loose getting into the corner here.
Lawrence comes back on the back bumper of Wilms. That's a battle for second. Nathan Rea right behind him in tow. Rabideau and Lawrence will give Wilms a shot, couple of shots, maybe another one. Checkered flag in the air for Jeremiah Rabideau. Wilms will finish second, Chris Lawrence third, Nathan Rea fourth.
And we got a tire off in 2. It's bouncing down the back straight away.
The 44's lost the tire. The tire is running down the back stretch, getting to the scoreboard and hitting the inside wall. Look out into the pit area and in the tech garage. The tire goes right into tech garage as the field stops on the back, except for Jeremiah Rabideau, who'll come around. Now let's watch we're watching the 92 and the 28 in the pit area. Wilms and Lawrence, a lot of contact between those two drivers the last 4 laps. But Jeremiah Rabideau takes the feature here, Cole, and Chris Lawrence or Joe Lawrence, just not enough.
Yeah, just not enough. They gave it all they got. Good drives by both of them, coming from very deep in the field to finish in the top 5 here. Pretty impressive run by both of them, but just not enough to catch this 5 car.
And I believe he was the points leader coming into tonight. We'll send it down momentarily to Jamie Maudsley as Jeremiah will unbuckle himself and take the bucket off and getting set for the Victory Lane ceremony, taking the Bone Stock 28-lap feature race tonight on Dave Lawrence night. There you see the trophy on top of the 5. Coming home second was Jordan Willems. Third was Chris Lawrence. Nathan Rea fourth. Jay Cox fifth. There's Jeremiah Rabideau, your feature race winner. The Bone Stock 28-lap feature race winner. And let's send it down trackside to Jamie Maudsley.
When was the last time you were in Victory Lane?
Boy, that would have been the Tiburon, which would have been 5 years ago.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a little while. That was this one's more of a, like, I'm happy, but it's almost like a relief. After all this work and this and that, it's like, okay, thank goodness we actually got here.
Talking about this a little bit, guys have seemed to solve the Cavalier and Sunfire, bringing those to Victory Lanes. We've seen a lot of Nissans in Victory Lanes. Nobody solved the Honda problem till now.
Yeah, we were gonna bring the Cobalt back, but it was it's very rotten. And so we had to build something, and we thought, let's try something different. I mean, and it's definitely different, and I like it.
I know you got a lot of people you want to thank for getting you here.
Yeah, well, I want to thank the sponsor, Discount Auto Parts, Depot and Supply. They do a great job sponsoring the class. I want to thank all the tech guys and all the crew and everybody who's involved with this. They put a lot of work in to make sure that everybody can go racing, and they're not getting rich doing this. They're just they're doing this for the love of the sport. Obviously, got to thank Bulldog Motors, my boss Bill. He's my biggest supporter of all this, and my wife is obviously my biggest supporter too. She takes care of everything so I can able to do this. And I got to thank Snap-On AJ DeBruyne too. He came on board, and it's nice to have him on board. And all my crew guys, Jim, and my children, Chase and Evelyn. And
how cool on a night with a guy like Dave Lawrence being honored here tonight.
I was hoping you were going to bring that up, but it's I remember Dave Lawrence. I raced against him in Enduro for one race, and the only experience I had with him on track is he bumped me in the back, and then was going by me on the outside, and he gave me a thumbs up, and so I thought it was kind of a cool experience. He's a legend in this track, and to win on that night is pretty special.
Jay, ladies and gentlemen, Jumpin' Jeremiah Rabideau, put those hands together.
That is Bone Stock feature race winner Jeremiah Rabideau. We're going to go momentarily down to hear from Chris Lawrence. Give me your thoughts on that feature, Cole Powell.
I thought it was a pretty clean race. There wasn't a whole ton of carnage, which is always good to see for all these guys with this. Everything's expensive in this world right now, so that's good to see that guys and girls weren't racking up their cars. A lot of excitement. I thought it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, the car count for the Bone Stocks has been really good all year and in the last couple years.
Oh, it's been awesome. Anything over 22 cars, and they have, what they have, 40 here today?
Yeah, 40 here. We do have Chris Lawrence now, driver of the 28. Let's go trackside with Joey Langdon.
I'm down here with Chris Lawrence. Chris, special night. You're battling hard. Couldn't quite get the win, but still a good result.
Yeah, the way they handicap it, it's good. It's got a big field of cars, but we had to start deep, 24th. There was a lot of bumping and banging coming through the field. Some of our competitors don't like to respect each other out there, and they're going to get the same respect out there in the next couple of weeks, so that's unfortunate for them. I hope race control gets a little better, because that was horrible starting lap cars that far up. That's just embarrassing. But, I mean, hey, they can do better. Hopefully they do. Really proud of my team. We had 4 cars in the main. 4 of them didn't make it in, and we just had enough time to fix up a couple competitors. So I want to thank the title sponsor, Jesse at Dad's, all my sponsors on here, Quarry's Tire and Auto, Jomo Media, McCall Print, Advanced Coating, Landscape, Auto Fusion Towing. There's a ton of people that help us out. My crew's here. We had 8 cars. It would have been nice to put her in victory lane. Gonna have to find something to get that 5 car. He's quick.
So it's Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. That was a late decision, but I'm happy to see it. How special is it to be racing tonight?
It's great. It's a super stock deal. He was the guy for super stocks back in the day. But I mean, these Sportsman cars, they're gonna put on a great 100-lap show. The V8s, not a huge fan of bracket racing, but it was side by side all the way down to the finish, and then ended up with the guy crossing the line third winning it. So that's it was a good race, fun to watch. This one will be good to watch. I can't wait to tune into Rogers and check out the replay.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, Joey.
All right, thank you. Down trackside. Coming up next, Ontario Sportman Series 100-lap feature at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, and we're back with Season 3. This season, we've had the opportunity to see some great backyards, to have some fantastic food cooked on some great grills, and this season, we're helping you take your barbecue game up by adding some great barbecue tips from some local experts on anything from spices to knife care, and using the proper wood to smoke some great food. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, Season 3.
Delaware Speedway Racing here on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Before we went to break, Cole Powell, we heard Chris Lawrence talking with the Joey Langdon trackside. Let's break this down because they're getting set for Sportsman Series driver introductions. First of all, talking about quote-unquote payback for a few cars next week. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a lot of contact watching him come up through from 24th to 3rd. He finished, right? 3rd?
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. He's obviously in the car. He knows exactly what happened, and the guys that he's not pleased with are obviously going to know that he's not pleased. So I guess it's something to watch in the future weeks here.
He also had comments about restarts and maybe a mild shot at the officials as far as restarting lapped cars that far forward.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I personally didn't really. There were so many lap cars and there's so many cars on the track at that time. Again, he would know, obviously, with race control, and I'm a fan of lap cars starting at the back. They have no business being up in the mix here with the leaders, but that's just two racers' opinions.
All right, so we got plenty more as we get set for the 100-lap feature with the Ontario Sportsman Series coming up shortly. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden 1 at 15.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive so.
My daughter is 7 years old and has a frenemy. They have play dates that always end up in a fight or tears. This friend bosses her around and treats her poorly, but she still wants to be her friend. What's a parent to do?
I would let them acquiesce to a certain amount, and then, when they're at this age, you still need to be supervising their play dates. So I might step in, not to correct the bossy child, but it's my child that I'm concerned about. I would just expose her to other people, teach her to have a voice, and let her know that she's got options.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares and Cole Powell, late model driver here on obviously an off night, but wishing he might have gone in the V8 stock feature race earlier. Getting set for the 100-lap Ontario Sportsman Series. What are you looking forward to in this 100-lapper?
I'm looking forward to seeing somebody really get on that outside groove and make that happen. The 15 car is obviously going to be the car to beat. He was, I think, quickest in practice. He laid a beating on him in qualifying and starts on the pole. There's obviously no dice inversion here with these guys and how they run, which is cool. Hopefully somebody can get to his bumper here and make some action, but seems like he's the guy to beat.
So obviously track conditions have changed from the heat race to the feature race. So what do you do as a driver? What kind of adjustments do you make? Do you make any at all? Do you see where the car is when you start? What do you do?
Yeah, I think you got to see how your car is in the heat race, and then you can't. A lot of drivers and crews over adjust their cars. It's dropped maybe 10 degrees now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be a lot slicker. It's just what's your car doing? These guys have been doing it long enough. They know what to do.
Getting set for the 100-lap feature. They're just on the tail end of driver introductions. When we come back, we'll have 100 laps from the Ontario Sportsman Series here on a Friday night at the half mile. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
My name's Ranger M. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London Mondays only on Rogers TV.
Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m., it's the RTV Quiz. Giovanni Petiti hosts a weekly trivia competition that lets you play from the comfort of your couch. Play along at home and challenge your friends. And don't forget to follow along on social media. Let us know who's top of trivia, and you can find yourself featured on a future episode.
Are you kidding me, folks?
The RTV Quiz, Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. on Rogers TV or at rogerstv.com/RTV Quiz.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. There you see some of the starting field for the 100-lap Ontario Sportsman Series. That's going to be taking place here at Delaware Half Mile. Chris Orrs and Cole Powell here up on the tower. You've raced before where... Well, I'm going to ask you, first of all, because I'm assuming you have. Have you raced before at a track that you were unfamiliar with, or maybe once a year, like in Ontario? My question is, how difficult is it getting used to a track with the setup, changing setups to a track that you don't race normally, like these guys tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. When I ran the NASCAR Modifieds, every track I went to that year was a new track to me. And then racing that track in the hot heat versus the cool night is a whole different animal again. So it definitely is. It plays a toll on if you're going to win the race or not. That's for sure. What you tell your crew, how to adjust your car, and how you personally race. So yeah, it's definitely tough for these guys tonight.
Absolutely. Let's bring our track side reporter Joey Langdon in. Joey, I understand maybe we had a problem with the tech from the bone stocks. Are we all good down there?
So everything's good now. One of the drivers had to go through tech more than once to get cleared. I believe it was one of the top finishers as well. But last I heard, everything was cleared. However, there was a lot of drama, a lot of yelling. But I believe the end of it is no penalties. Everyone cleared tech.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I think that was the Nathan Ray in the 26. Before we get going with the Sportsman here for 100 laps, what are you looking for in this feature, Joey?
Well, hang on one sec. They're starting the engines. Wow, that's loud. You guys have it up there. You have the mics up there. Down here, it's even louder. For the Sportsman Series, what I'm looking for is, can the guys who don't race here every week find the new groove with the new track surface? Last year in the Sportsman Series, we had the most yellows out of any race at Delaware all season. Now, that was partially because of the track surface. We have a new track surface now. Does that make a difference as for the handling and the feeling of these cars as they get going?
That's a great point. I'll go to you on that. Does that second groove feel differently whether the track is hot during the daytime as opposed to right now?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I would think there'd be a little bit more grip here right now on that outside just because it was so hot this afternoon and it was the oils had come out of it and it just make it a lot more slick. But for these guys that haven't raced here, they should probably have that figured out in practice here with where to run at this track by now. And if they haven't, they're in for a long 100 laps.
Yeah, let's check in one more time down trackside. There you see Joey Langdon, our pit reporter. Before we get set for the 100-lap feature, Joey, give me your thoughts on the night that it's been so far.
It's been a really interesting night. We have had a little bit of chaos in every single race so far. We got some chaos right now. The 29, actually, I believe that's Rob Windus, just stalled on the road. So that's interesting. But so far tonight, we had the V8 stocks, which was a crazy race. We had a bunch of disqualifications at the end. I'm still not even sure who won. We had the bone stocks, which it was an insane race, battling all day. And the wind also has been crazy. I thought up there it's crazy, but down here, usually you get shielded a bit. But the wind's coming from that way, the one place out here where there's no shield. So it's been interesting to see how the cars deal with the really heavy winds.
All right, Joey Langdon trackside. He'll get back to work monitoring this 100-lap Sportsman Series feature race. The wind is strong there because both times we went down to Joey on the split screen, his hat was in a different position.
Yeah, it's definitely windy down there.
Absolutely. We're getting set here, 100 laps for the Sportsman here at Delaware Speedway to wrap things up for another night. What do we have? 12 cars, I believe, or 13, right around that number. Do you see some cautions here, Cole? Do you think they can go quite a good green flag run here?
It's rare to go 100 laps without cautions. I've seen it before, but yeah, I don't know. I'm anticipating maybe 3 cautions.
13 cars will take the green flag here, and you said the 15's the one to beat.
Kind of seems that way, yeah, with the way that he was running down those times in practice and then what he laid down for qualifying. He seems to be the guy.
There you see our nation's colors and the evidence of the wind, and that's down trackside. I believe that's turn 3 area, if I'm not mistaken. So it is windy, still blowing down the back. We have a slow car. Is that the windless machine again? Slow car just on the exit of turn 2. Fired back up again. I think that's the 41 or 44. Wind blowing strong down the back. It'll push these cars down the back coming off that hill, and then they'll come around to a wall of wind in turn 4.
We have a pretty thick setup book, and I don't think I have a wind section in it, but tonight would definitely be one of the ones that you would want for sure. It's very windy.
So what kind of things would be in your setup book? Like, do you have pages based on different scenarios, different track conditions, stuff like that?
Yeah, different track conditions, different tracks, obviously. Well, I can't be giving it all away, or.
Well, that's true. It's your black book. We can't let you talk about the black book.
Can't be doing that.
What's your favorite track south of the border?
South of the border. Oh, well, Bowman Gray was pretty wild.
Oh,
I don't know if
you ran Bowman Gray, did you?
Bowman Gray, and if anybody listening ever gets a chance to head down to North Carolina, hit up Bowman Gray, you will not be disappointed. You'll get your eyes open, that's for sure.
That is awesome. White flag on the Speedway. Lights off. The Delaware Speedway pace car getting set to go with the 100-lap feature with the Ontario Sportman Series visiting the half mile this week. And it's going to be Michael Herniak Jr. out of Windsor, your pole car, and the fastest qualifying time. There was no inversion for the Sportsman Series, so we're good to go as qualifying dictated. Field coming out of turn 4, looking for the green flag from Scott Mackey. 100 laps, set to go. Green flag, we are racing with the Sportsman Series. Todd Shepard had the outside pole, but he's going to get beat by McCullough. Derek McCullough quickly to second, first 4 nose to tail down the back.
And McCullough, he used to be a Superstock driver around here, so he's got hundreds and hundreds of laps around this place. He's no stranger. I'm sure he'll be up here on the 15th bumper in no time.
Herniak Jr. is the leader, followed by Derek McCullough, then Shepard, Kevin Trevlin in 4th. Rob Windus rounds out the top 5 at this particular moment. How important is it, Cole, in the first few laps, you're doing a 100-lap feature just for the entire field to get in a rhythm?
Yeah, it's super important just to get a feel from your car. You've been sitting out of the car for a while, just you personally getting back in the zone, and then just to feel out what your adjustments are. Give it about 5 laps, and then it's 100 laps. You don't want to go 25 real hard laps and waste your tires, blow that right rear up, get your stagger up. You're gonna be going backwards in no time if you do that. So there's quite the fine line that you gotta follow here in a 100-lap race.
Being a half-mile track, you definitely want to be in position to attack the lead and to win the race. But by what lap do you want to be in that position?
I would say you'd want to be in position around halfway, and then judge it. Well, just because there's 13 cars here, you know there's not going to be tons of caution, so you kind of got to stick with the leader the whole race. You got to have yourself in position really the whole race here, because there's not going to be many spinouts and cautions, I would think.
Todd Shepard in the 2 on your screen. Kevin Trevlin in the 19. That's a battle for 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. As the field fully strung out now by about a half a lap from first to the last spot right now on the racetrack. As the field settles in to a groove here, just a battle for 3rd right now. There's also a battle for 6th that just broke up recently. There's that battle for 3rd. It's the 2 of Todd Shepard, the 19 of Kevin Trevlin. That's the only real battle technically right now in that top 10 is the one on your screen for 3rd. Herniak Jr. out front of Derek McCullough by 2 to 3 car lengths as they work the backstretch.
I think the biggest deal here is when these front cars end up hitting lap traffic. Because there's not going to be tons of cautions, it's going to be who can get around the lap traffic the smoothest and the quickest and put that gap to the second car behind you. Just from these 8 laps of watching these guys go in circles here for that. I believe they'll probably catch them probably with 75 to go. I would think they'll catch the 02 here.
Have you found that the new the second groove that the Speedway put in the offseason has kind of helped with the with the ability to pass back marker traffic's a lot easier?
Yeah, 100%. Before, in the years ago, lap traffic always stays to the bottom, and every time you come up to a lap car and you got to get on that outside, nobody's been running there all night, so it's slippery. You don't know how much kitty litter's up there, what's up there. It could be debris, bolts. It's a nerve-wracking deal, but now since they put this new groove up there and guys are running there all night, guys and gals, sorry, are running up there all night, definitely gives you that confidence that you need to get around them.
The front two still trying to get away from the rest of the field. It's Herniak Jr. in the lead, followed by the 38 of McCullough. There you see them in turns 1 and 2. McCullough kind of closes in the cornering, but Herniak Jr. gets away on the straightaway. There you see Derek McCullough closing in a little bit, but then the 19 kind of, or the 15 kind of spreads its legs a little bit down the stretch.
Seems to be the 38 really gets into the center a lot better, and then he might be fighting something. It's looking like he's a little tight off at 2, really fighting to not hit that wall. Same in 3 and 4. He really gets in really nice, and then the 15 just kind of gets on that loud pedal and says goodbye.
And a tight condition, correct me if I'm wrong, a tight condition would be hard to turn on corner exit and the car pushes up the track, right?
Yeah, you get all this wheel in it, and the car just does not want to turn. And if you're already fighting that at lap 87, or lap 12 here, you're going to have a really long race. But he seems to be managing it because he's not letting them gap him. As we're coming up on this first lap car here, as he's going to get right to his bumper here. Horrible time to catch a lap traffic. You always want to catch lap traffic down the straightaways, entering a corner, because you don't know what they're going to do. They could slip up and get into your door and take your line away. Seems that he's going to do it again. 39.
That was the 0-2 of Brendan Patrick going the lap down. Now the 39 of Kevin DeMore. Next to go a lap down as the leaders are into lap traffic. Now it's another full straightaway until they have to negotiate another pass.
And you can see just how much time that the 2 car made up as the front 2 leaders caught that lap traffic. He was about 15 car lengths away, and then it closed it to about 5, and now he's back to about 15. But
yeah, meanwhile, the 2 of Todd Shepard, Cole, is bridged that gap from Trevlin to try to get to the front duo. The 2 yellow and black machine is trimming down the lead of that front 2. So there you see Todd on the screen. He looks like he's catching the leaders. So the front 3 almost separated exactly the same here. They'll work turns 3 and 4 out of 4 to complete another lap. 18 laps in the books, 82 to go. Ontario Sportsman Series 100-lap feature. Yeah, front 3 now evenly separated as the 2 car could be the fastest car in the track right now, Cole.
Yeah, he's definitely laying down some laps here to get himself in the mix. Still really early in this race. You really don't want to abuse those tires, but you also can't let that 15 and 38 get away from you. Real fine line here with the 2 car.
The 12 car under power, but slow and ducking down in the pit lane in turn number 3. So when you're talking about a half mile, you're talking about cars almost everywhere. You're talking about heavy braking and accelerating. How do you manage tires at a half mile track?
Well, it's all on gauging your competitors. You don't want to go out and blister them right away, but as a race car driver, these guys have been doing it long enough, and I can speak for myself, you just get that feel of pushing your car too hard or just cruising. Right now, the 2 just got around the 38 here, so he's not in cruise mode, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a battle for a second. My apologies. That's the 2 car of Todd Shepard passing the Derek McCullough machine, and Shepard coming to the front, Cole, throwing out some good lap times.
Yeah, he seems to be, he's a couple hundredths quicker than the leader here right now. Coming up on another lap car here.
Herniak Jr., your leader, out of turn 4 to 15. Then it's the 2 of Todd Shepard, then the 38 of Derek McCullough. Top 3, alone by over a straightaway now.
That last lap, he was 4/10 quicker than the leader. Leader was running 20.4s, 2 cars running 20.0s.
Todd Shepard has caught Mike Herniak Jr., as now we got a battle for the lead again. McCullough kind of falling off the pace a little bit.
McCullough could just be saving his stuff here. Another thing that you got to really watch is your brakes. These cars are big, heavy cars. It's a half mile. Once you overheat your brakes, it's really tough to cool them back down, especially if you're not getting any cautions. They've got brake blowers in them that you can turn them on. Probably a little too soon to be throwing them on. We don't see any brake rotors glowing, so that's good. But once they get hot, it's really, really hard to keep them cool, or get them cool.
Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
Guys, so I've got Mark Patrick's car here. They had an oil tank issue, and they're still trying to fix it. They brought out about 2 bottles of oil, and they're still in there trying to make some repairs. The team's optimistic, but it's looking worse by the second.
All right, thanks, Joey Langdon trackside. Appreciate that report. Over a quarter of the way into this 100-lap feature for the Ontario Sportman Series. Now front's Mike Herniak Jr., followed by Todd Shepard and Derek McCullough. And the leader is into some traffic now. 3 cars right there. Shepard looking for an opening. Great run out of 2 by Herniak Jr., but Shepard closes in under braking.
I think the only car that I see right now is Rob Windness. He's running in the 4th spot there in the number 29. If you could get a zoom in on his brakes, they are glowing pretty good there. Rob's going to have to maintain those brakes there before he loses them.
And that is Rob Windness in the 29, currently 4th, a full straightaway behind the lead group. And Shepard, there's the 29. If we stay with them, watch as there you see the brake rotors. You saw them really rosy there. Let's see if we can follow them in the turn 3.
There you can see them really glowing there.
And there you see the leader now. Shepard got hooked up with some back marker traffic and lost a lot of track position on Herniak Jr. 69 to go in this 100-lap feature. Herniak Jr., Shepard, McCullough, Windness, Trevlin, Mangin in the 47 and 6th. Then it's McGlynn, Cathcart, Bradley Robinson, and Kevin Lay, your top 10. Shepard trying to track down the leader one more time. Meanwhile, McCullough's back in the picture. McCullough just off your screen right. There he is in the gray car with red numbers. Or orange numbers. The front 3 in the turns 1 and 2. And Shepard's caught the leader again. Down the back. Herniak Jr. seems to get great corner exit both on turns 2 and 4.
Yeah, he really gets off the corner really good. He really diamonds the corner in here. Gains a whole bunch of momentum, but then has to load up because he's got too much momentum in the middle, and that's where the 15 car kind of shines.
Down the back one more time. 66 to go here in this Ontario Sportsman Series feature at Delaware Speedway. Shepard peeks down low, nothing there.
Looks like the 2, is his hood flying up? Or is that just my eyes here with...
We got a close-up on him now. Going into turn 3.
No, that's just me. I don't know what I'm seeing.
Shepard right there looking down low on Herniak Jr. McCullough in the 38 staying just far enough back that he can still pounce if there's a mistake.
The 2's really diamonding that corner nice. He's starting to kind of follow the 15's line in and backing his corner up and then working on that drive off.
Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
Mark Patrick in the 12, the oil issue they had earlier.
All right, thank you, Joy. We have 63 laps to go here in this Sportsman Series feature. And there's the leaders right there on the turn 4. It's It's Mike Herniak Jr. in the 15, Todd Shepard in the 2, and just a few car lengths back, the 38 of Derek McCullough. Shepard looks low down the back, and he's going to pick a nose in there in turn 3, and he's still got it to the wheel well. Out of turn 4, side by side for the lead. And
Needs
a great
little
run.
more,
Go ahead,
drives
Cole.
it in. He's got it.
He had a great run, Herniak Jr. Now we got a new leader out of turn 2. Down the back,
Here
Shepard to
comes
the
the
front.
38. 38's not out of it either. He's just entered the picture.
Here's Derek McCullough in the 38. He's back. The front 3 out of 4. Could Derek have been cooling his tires and want to re-engage now?
It's looking like the 2's brakes are glowing now, as you can see, because he was flying up through there. He's definitely abused his stuff more than the 15. Maybe that's in the 15's little playbook here to kind of chill out, ride, and then hammer down.
You have the protection of the signboards coming out of turn 2 with this wind. But coming out of turn 4, could this wind push that car up high on the track?
It could. I don't know if the winds are heavy enough tonight. It definitely would maybe affect a little bit if you had your nose missing or a fender off of it. You'd get some side action on your car that way, but it looks like everybody's got their fenders on and there's no body issues here at the moment.
And it looks like Todd Shepard's car has come to him, and Mike Herniak Jr.'s car might have gone away from him a little bit. Now he's falling into the clutches of Derek McCullough. The front 3
they're about
out front of the 29 of Rob Windus by over a straightaway and a turn. Yeah, half a lap from 3rd to 4th right now. .56 to go this time by, or last time by. And still nothing but green at the half mile. Chris Orris, Cole Powell joining us this week. Joey Langdon trackside. The culmination of a great night this week at Delaware Speedway. 100-lap feature with the Ontario Sportman Series visiting this week. Leaders out of turn 4 to complete another lap. Todd Shepard out front.
We've got a pretty good battle here with the 47 and 48. That's for 6 and 7, 7 and 8. 6th and 7th, I believe. Right here. Orange car, white car. Seems to be kind of the only battle on the track here at the moment. Oh, he's into
contact out of turn 2. Down the back. Into turn 3, they're side by side.
Let's see if he returns the favor down the front.
And that battle is for 6th spot. Doug Cathcart in the 6th, or sorry, in the 48, and Sean Mangin in the 47. There you see Trevor in the 19. There's your leader, Shepard in the 2. As Shepard comes around to complete another lap, halfway next time by.
Shepard's put on quite the gap here now, but again, he's going to catch these lap cars, and he's going to catch. If this goes green, he's going to lap up to the 4th place car of Rob Windus. Rob's running a really good race here, sitting in 4th. He's probably pretty happy with this run.
Yep, there's that battle we're talking about. Doug Cathcart in the 48, Sean Mangin in the 47. That's a battle for 6th right now. Cross flags in the air. We're halfway. And the leader coming up onto some traffic out of turn number 4. He'll hit the strike to complete another lap. Todd Shepard, your point man.
Sounds like the 39 car might be down a cylinder as he comes by. His car is sounding that deep throat. That's just a big miss on it. Not his night tonight.
Definitely a little bit off the pace for sure.
Good on his part though. Gets down, gets out of the way. Lets the leaders have at it.
Shepard's increased his lead to just over 1.7 seconds over the 2nd place runner Mike Herniak Jr. in the 15. There's the gap between the front two. At the stripe, your leader, Todd Shepard, 1.7 now ahead of Mike Herniak Jr. And on the track, almost half a straightaway. 46 to go this time by. Shepard doing a great job. Go ahead, Cole.
15 cars running about a tenth a second every lap here, so he is quicker, but quite the gap here, the two spread on him.
Yep, and a lot of traffic ahead of the two that he's going to catch probably within the next couple of laps. Lots of cars battling for position, including the 7th place car, the 47 of Sean Mangin. And Mangin has the 18 right behind him, Chad McGlynn. So Shepard has lapped up to 9th spot, up to 8th spot now. McGlynn holds the 8th spot, and he's got the leader right behind him. There you see the leader on the high side of the 0-2. That's Todd Shepard. He is out front with 44 to go.
He's running fast times now. 2 cars running fast times, and I don't know why. He doesn't need to. He's running 20.1s versus 20.4s coming out back. Maybe he wants to get around these lap cars as quick as possible and let the 15 have to battle with them.
He's coming up on Chad McGlynn in the 18 machine. Chad currently sits in the 8th spot.
2 cars' rotors are glowing pretty good here right now. I'm hoping that he's not blowing those brakes out of it. 42 to go, still lots of racing.
And McGlynn's actually battling the 47 as well. The 47's Sean Mangin in the 7th spot. Side by side for 7th, right in front of the leader.
Good time for the 15 to catch.
Mangin in the 47, McGlynn in the 18, and the leader Shepard right there in the 2. And Mangin gives way. He goes down a lap. McGlynn up to a 7th spot. And now he gives away on the inside to the leader, Shepard. Really, really gusty right now here at the Delaware Speedway. .40 to go, 39 this time by. The leader in some traffic. He's lapped all the way up to the 7th position.
This is probably the windiest it's been all day, so if the wind was ever going to play a factor on these guys and gals, it'd be right now.
Next up on the hit list is the 19 of Kevin Trevlin, right ahead of the leader. Kevin sitting 6th right now in the standings.
We're going to need somebody else up in the flag stand to hang on to the flag man. He's blowing all over in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, man, he's wearing a windbreaker, which doesn't make much sense with that name right now.
No,
because it's not breaking any wind. So Shepard's got by Trevlin in the 19. All but 5 cars on the lead lap. Correction, everybody but 5 cars a lap down. That makes more sense.
Yeah, next car
It's late on a Friday.
Yeah, it's windy on a Friday.
Doug Cathcart in the 48 machine is half a straightaway ahead of the leader, and just ahead of Cathcart is the 4th place man. That is the 29 of Rob Windus. So Todd Shepard is putting some laps down here, Cole.
Yeah, he is. He's stringing these laps together quite nicely, and he's got quite the gap here. He made it through those lap traffic like nothing, where it seems like the 15's kind of struggled getting around these lap guys.
Yeah, the 15 alone in 2nd, almost a half a straightaway lead on 3rd place, Derek McCullough. Herniak Jr., he's over a half a straightaway behind the leader. Shepard will have to negotiate both the Windus and the 5th place car, the 40 at Cathcart, and then after that, it's a good over straightaway with no cars in sight.
And Windus is a good, clean racer. He's going to see the 2 in his mirror, and he's going to get out of the way.
Let's go trackside, Joey Langdon.
crew chief for the 39 team, they said they're getting a lot of reports from within the car that the car is handling way too tight, and they've got to figure out what to do about the whole field ahead of them, as he's having a lot of trouble turning that car.
All right, Joey, trackside, we appreciate that report. 31 laps to go next time by. The leader is Todd Shepard.
Yeah, so it seems that 38's been fighting that tight since lap 8, really. That makes for a really long 100 laps. He's going to be a tired guy tonight. Depending on how tight your steering wheel will start to chatter and your hands will go to sleep.
He's lapped everybody up to 5th place. And 5th place is the Cathcart 48 machine just in front of him in the white 48. And Rob Witness in the 29. So he has 4th and 5th just ahead of him, trying to put them a lap down. $70 in the books, 30 to go here. 100 lap Ontario Sportman Series feature. Chris Soares, Paul Powell, Joey Langdon with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. There you see the leader. That is the yellow and black number 2, Todd Shepard, on the high side now of the 02 of Brendan Patrick. He's gotten by the 48 machine of Doug Cathcart. Now all but 4 cars are locked down. The 29 in front of him, that's Rob Windez. He's the 4th place car right now. On the tail end of the lead lap, and Shepard blows by him on the outside.
Yeah, I had a feeling Windez wasn't going to put up a fight with that. He knows it's not his night tonight and did the right thing there, got out of the way and let the 2 go by. And the funny thing is he's in 4th. He's not having a bad night by any means. It's just the 2 has been having a killer night.
Right, and that's the only battle on the speedway right now is Windez and Cathcart, 4th and 5th, just behind the leader right now. And that battle is really not intense because there's 5 car lengths between them. Traveling a little loose coming out of turn 4. We could see some handling going away from these cars or some tires if you ran the tires too strong too early, right, Cole?
100%, yeah. This would be about the time now. You got 75 laps on your tires. You'd definitely be feeling them slipping and sliding around.
25 to go.
Depending on what line you've been running the whole night, if you run a higher line, it's easier on your tires. If you run that bottom line, it's harder on your tires. If I was the 2 car, I think I'd be moving up a lane here and kind of, these guys have spotters in their ears, right?
Yes, they do.
They do. So his spotter would be telling him, you've got 25 cars, why don't you move up a lane and save your stuff? It's really your race to lose here at the moment.
Ironically, spotters are located 2 levels below Cole and my position at this time.
So a little less windy for them.
Yeah.
Big wiggle for the 19 car. He's fighting loose.
There's the 2nd place car, the 15 of Mike Herniak Jr. Had the lead from the start of the race for a few laps before being passed by Shepard. And Herniak Jr. all alone in 2nd spot, about 12 car lengths ahead of 3rd place Derek McCullough. The leader just coming around to complete another lap. 21 to go here now for Todd Shepard. He has a lot of open track ahead of him. He can just worry about hitting his marks, staying in the rhythm, and finishing off another 21 laps.
Battle for 4th, seating up here with the 29 and the 48. That's for 4th.
There you see the battle on the screen right now. The 29 of Windez, the 48 of Cathcart. That's the battle for 4th on the speedway. That's the only real battle right now for position in that top 5, top 10 area. Cathcart to the high side. Windez trying to fight back on the inside. He does. And a good run by Cathcart out of the corner, but he does not come down. Leaves the spot there. Windez trying to take it. Windez to the wheel well.
Good
back
battle
down
here.
the back. Yep. That's for 4th. Look at those rotors glowing cold. That 29 machine.
And they've been glowing for about 65 laps now. He's been He's been doing a good job here. Now he's got his hands full with the 48. Really digging that bottom.
Both of them come off the corner, dead even. Down the back, Cathcart in the 48, Windus in the 29, battle for fourth. They're both a lap down. That's how dominant Shepherd has been. I can tell you how dominant Shepherd has been. Those two cars you're watching battling for fourth are a lap down, and they're a full straightaway behind the leader who passed them to go a lap down.
Yeah, he is putting on an absolute clinic tonight. Now the 15 car's catching this battle here for fourth, which is letting the 38 reel him in slightly. 16 to go, 15 to go here. We might see some action for second. And Windus drives away. Hell of a corner there for Rob.
Rob Windus grabs the fourth spot from Cathcart.
There's the 38. He's in the picture now for second. Great on the bumper.
Battle for second. 15 of Herniak Jr., the 38 of Derek McCullough. On the high side, they're putting the 48 a lap down from their positioning now. The 48 is Cathcart. He's in fifth. And Herniak Jr. trying to get away from McCullough.
The 48's fighting something, or Rob Windus just grabbed fifth gear because he is pulling away from second and third now.
Wow, you are right.
He doesn't want to get lapped again.
That's the 15 of Herniak Jr. in second, the 38 of McCullough in third. 13 laps to go.
Windus is actually the quickest car on the track right now. He's a 10th quicker than the 2. Not that it really matters since the 2's a lap and another almost lap ahead.
McCullough trying to get to the 15. The 15 was loose out of 4 there. McCullough gained a little bit of track position, but now they have to negotiate the 0-2, and McCullough loses more track position. To go next time by for your leader, the 2 of Todd Shepherd, dominating this feature. $90 laps complete, 10 to go this time by. There's the leader into turn 1, the 2 of Todd Shepherd. This battle through turns 1 and 2 for second spot. Rob Windus currently in fourth position ahead of that battle. There you see the 15 of Herniak Jr., the 38 of McCullough. That's a battle for second.
Yeah, McCullough really needs Windus to hold up the 15 here so then he can pounce with 8 to go.
The leader into turn 3. Next time by, we'll have 8 to go out of this 100-lap Ontario Sportsman Series feature. They get to the high side of Windus. Herniak Jr., the second place car in the 15. McCullough right there. Almost some contact. And Herniak Jr. will keep the spot. Through turns 3 and 4. Little contact there, I think. Yeah, a little bit.
And here comes the 48 back into the picture for fourth. Good battle here, side by side for fourth. 48, little wiggle out of 2. Windus seems to have awesome drive off the corner here.
Yeah. Still a battle for second. 15 into 38. Leader coming around, 4 to go this time by. There's Todd Shepherd in the 2.
Windus and Cathcart here. They've been side by side for about 4 laps. Looks like Cathcart got him.
Yeah, Cathcart gets the position back from Windus. Just behind the battle you're seeing on your screen right now is a battle a lap down for fourth. Cathcart has taken it back from Windus. That's your battle for, there you see it, right on your screen, the 48 just past the 29 for fourth. They are both a lap down. The leader on the backstretch coming through turns 3 and 4. Popsicle 6 in the air. 2 laps to go for the deuce of Todd Shepard.
The 38's there. Is he going to do the bump and run for second?
Oh, another good run off the quarter by the 15 machine to keep that second spot. But McCullough's there. Through turns 1 and 2, down the back. That's a battle for second. White flag in the air for the 2 and Shepard. We'll stay with this battle right now through turns 3 and 4. This is for second. Herniak Jr. in the 15. McCullough in the 38.
He's really going to have to get a good drive off, too, if he wants to make this happen, getting into 3.
Leader through 3 and 4. We will go. Caution free. 100-lap feature to Todd Shepard.
Awesome race there by Todd Shepard. Dominated this 100 laps here at Delaware Speedway.
Mike Herniak Jr. will come home second. Derek McCullough will finish third in the 38. And Doug Cathcart will come home fourth. Rob Windus will finish in fifth. We go caution-free, Cole Powell, for 100 laps.
Yeah, I didn't see that happen. Usually somebody slips up and spins out or gets into somebody, but pretty clean racing here tonight.
Absolutely. Todd Shepard pulling up to Victory Lane. We'll send it down trackside momentarily. But what a fantastic night it's been. Don't forget, you want ticket information, DelawareSpeedway.com. All the ticket information, all the information you need about coming to the races here at the Delaware Half Mile. There you see the unofficial finishing order. Shepard wins it in first place, followed by Herniak Jr., McCullough, Cathcart, Windus, McGlynn, Mangan, Trevlin, Robinson, Lay, Patrick Demore, Patrick. Yeah, the other Patrick, and we already have a Shepard there, finishing in the first place position with the number 2. As we will send it down to Jamie Mosley momentarily as we wait for Todd to exit. I think we're doing. I think they're doing the top 3, but we will go down trackside to hear from Shepard for sure. There's Shepard out of the 2 car to win the 100-lap Ontario Sportman Series, a feature here at Delaware Speedway. And we will send it down trackside now to Jamie Maudsley.
Well, Todd, a great race. I mean, you had your work cut out for you racing with Mike Herniak Jr. up front. You guys went at it for a while.
Yeah, what a great competitor. Got through there pretty clean. I'm happy with that. All the lap cars did a great job, got out of the way too, so it made it a little bit easier for me. I want to thank Jonathan Arts, the JR Group, for the fantastic job they did here, and all you guys at Delaware Speedway. Christine Tanner, my sponsors, here today. Can we take some pictures? Thanks, guys, for coming out.
How cool was it after you got the lead? You obviously pulled out to a pretty healthy margin and no yellows.
Yeah, that's my spotter's help. He calmed me down a little bit because I was still running scared. So I didn't get a drink of water. I'm a little bit thirsty, but things went well, and I appreciate you being here.
Does this make up for the one that got away last year?
Yeah, 2 actually, second place. So yeah, I've been wanting to win at Delaware. I haven't been here since about 2004, so pretty excited.
Todd Shepard, ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner tonight in the yellow deuce. We'll come on down here and get a word with our second place finisher. Come on around here, Mike. Mike Herniak Jr., ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. He was your pole sitter tonight. I don't know how else to say this, my friend. At the end of the night, you might have just had a second place car this evening.
Yeah, I don't know how I kept it up front. It tightened up. It was a dump truck. But it was good points tonight. Congrats, Todd. Yeah, ran a hell of a race. He was fast.
Hey, you seem to work lap traffic good. I know Derek caught you a couple times. It was like every time he caught you, you were able to catch that lapper at the right time and get a little bit of a gap on him again.
Trackside with the third place finisher with Derek McCullough. Here's Joey.
Derek, that was, I don't think anyone was expecting a caution-free race, but you're here and you're here in the podium spot. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels pretty good. I haven't been here for a while now, and, you know, it was a fun race out there. The guys worked really hard to get the car ready. We blew the motor up the last race out, and Sean ran day and night, and he got the baby motor in her, got the 602 back in her, and yeah, you know what? It worked quite well. We didn't have the steam to get off the corners, tighten up a little bit, but the car worked awesome, and it's great to be back at Delaware.
You're battling the 15 for a while there, but you didn't really see the 2 most of the race. So focusing on the 15, what were you seeing him do throughout the race that you had to try and battle with?
He's a really strong car. He's a really good driver. He saved his stuff for the end, but I was just trying to save my stuff a little bit more than him, and he just got there to the finish before me.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say about the race before we head out?
We got to thank all the OSS sponsors and all the officials and all the other drivers. It's a really good class to race in, and I'd love to promote it for them.
All right, I don't want to keep Jamie Maudsley over there waiting, so congratulations. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Joey, thank you very much. Back up here trackside, Chris Soares and Cole Powell, your thoughts on that 100-lap caution-free Sportsman Series race?
I didn't think it was going to be caution-free, that's for sure. It was an exciting race for sure. Lots of good battles there. Caution would have tightened everything up and made it a lot more exciting, but I think the rest of the night kind of made up for that with all the excitement with the bone stocks and that the V8 breakout class action with them breaking down the straightaway here. And
we heard from Derek McCullough down with Joey Langdon working on getting the second place driver Mike Hernick Jr. in the 15 car. Let's go to Joey.
Mike, that was an interesting race. I don't think anyone expected to go caution-free, and the 2 was quite ahead. But you had a lot of battles early, and you were still battling for second at the end there.
Yeah, no, we had a really good car at the start, and then it tightened up on us. I tried everything I had to keep her going, trying to stay with Todd. He had a little bit more. He was fast tonight, but I'm okay with the second. It's going to help us with points. Hopefully, we'll stay in the first spot and keep grinding this year.
Are you surprised we went 100 green?
Honestly, I'm confident. We got a great group of guys. Everybody drives very respectfully. It doesn't really surprise me. This is how every race should go. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's whoever's got the best car, and you win those races in the garage.
So, speaking of winning in the garage, what are you doing next week to try and catch the 2?
Everything, absolutely everything we can. I do not want to finish second to Todd. He's my teammate. All for him, man. I'm so happy to see him in victory lane. He's a great guy, great partner, and but I want to be in front of him next week.
So 1-2 for your team, and I'm sure you're trying to finish or keep going in the season like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have our teammates 1, 2, 3, 4 every single race. It don't matter who's winning. We're all in this together, and we got a great group of guys behind us.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. I just like to thank all my sponsors, Allison Martel, Quick Wick, the Payne Trucking, Reinhardt Auctions, Guaranteed Comfort, and Mauricio running the series, and all the guys here at Delaware. You guys did a great job tonight, and can't wait to be back.
All right, good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Joey. We'll get Joey's final thoughts on the evening and Cole's final thoughts right after this. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares, Cole Powell here joining us this week, a regular late model driver. He's back in action next week, and we have Joey Langdon trackside. We'll be going down to Joey very, very shortly. So you're in action, actually. Well, let's go to Joey right now, I believe. There he is. Joey, final thoughts on a great evening here at Delaware?
Yeah, it was a crazy evening. The wind was wreaking havoc with a lot of people. There was so many tire issues in the bone stock division. The V8 stocks had several black flags, which I can't remember the last time I've seen that. And the Sportsman Series, which we thought was going to be the most chaotic, went green for 100% of the race. So, I mean, that just shows at Delaware Speedway, you absolutely never know what to expect. And if you think you do, you're wrong.
Joy, atmosphere down in the pits throughout the evening must have been a roller coaster with different sets of emotions on different divisions, right?
Absolutely. And there was a lot more drama than there usually is, especially after the races. There was a lot of battling all day. The V8s were close battling. The Bones were close battling. The Sportsman Series, they were just still trying to get used to the track. And so there's a lot of anxiety there and a lot of impatience from everyone today for many different reasons.
Joy, just before we say goodnight to you, just want to say congratulations on the job well done. Our debut, pit reporter live on Rogers TV. You did a fantastic job, and we look forward to the more of this season with you down trackside. We appreciate the analysis, sir.
Thank you very much, and congratulations the first night for the Chris and Cole connection. You guys did fantastic.
Well, we can't. I don't know if there'll be any more than one night because you got to go back racing next week. You're racing next Friday night, right?
Yes. We'll be back in the late model division here at Delaware Speedway, running 35 laps, I believe.
All right, your thoughts on tonight with us here at Rogers, and you did some great analysis. We were so glad that you could join us tonight. Give me your thoughts before we go.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks to Rogers and Delaware Speedway for trusting me with a mic in my mouth here, because you never really know what would come out of it. Excellent racing tonight. Beautiful night minus the wind. Good action-packed, hard racing. Can't really ask for much more than that.
Appreciate you being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
We'll see Cole and a whole lot more drivers back here next week with Delaware Speedway Racing. For Joey Lane and Cole Powell, I'm Chris Soares. Thank you so much for joining us. DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. We will see you next Friday night live at 7:30 for Rogers TV and Delaware Speedway Racing, presented by Oil Guard. Good night.
right now is that it's offered virtually, and right now it's a pre-recorded session, so you can do it at your own pace, and that goes for 9 weeks, and then there's a 10th week for parents interested in adoption, and it's about 3 hour a week commitment, and it's interactive where you may watch some videos, read some anecdotes, and need to kind of reflect on your takeaways from that, or how you would, make sure to be trauma sensitive in your parenting, as children in our care from birth face many additional barriers that make life more challenging for them. So we really want foster parents to be realistic of this and fully be capable of meeting their needs. So after that training, again, about 9 or 10 weeks, you would start the home study process, and that's where you'd be assigned a new worker who would be doing basically an assessment on your home, your family, and make sure that you're essentially just to really make sure you're in a fully stable place to be able to parent children that really, really need that stability. So financially, with your health, mental health, your relationship, if you're a couple, that you're generally stable and able to meet these children's needs. So for a single applicant, it might take about 4 months to get through the process on average, and for a couple, generally closer to 6 months at this time. So we definitely do need, there's not much of a wait list right now, as we really do need more people to step up, and the process isn't quite as daunting as it seems, I don't think. And after that 4 or 6 months, you are generally then ready to potentially be matched to a child that is in need of a placement. And just to be clear on that language, it's, to make sure it's the optimal fit for the child. So it's never to look for a child for a parent, but to make sure this child can have the best parent possible.
Yeah.
Whether temporary or, And for adoption, I think it's important to clarify too that if someone's looking to just adopt in general, it would be the only children that might be available for adoption are going to often be older children, teenagers, or children with some unique disabilities that may have additional barriers. So Otherwise, you'd be fostering first for our younger age groups.
Gotcha. So Aaron, Carla, you've gone through the process. Talk to, potential prospective foster and adoptive parents that are watching and listening right now about how that process was for you. Any surprises? Did you learn anything like really significant that you were surprised about?
I think for Carla and I, the time it took was surprising for us. It was a good 3.5 years before even our home study was done. It sounds like they've made some changes since then to try to get things rolling a little faster, and that's very, very important. The couple things that I learned, and Carl, jump in here if you want to cut me off, go ahead. But one is people think that it's going to be this massive commitment to even just call Children's Aid and get the process started, which is simply not the truth, right? Like if you are even a little bit curious, you should be calling or emailing in and at least get the information from the people who truly know, versus the number of people I talk to is like, oh, that's something I want to do someday. I'm like, then call tomorrow, call today, right? Call today and get the information, because you don't know when your life situation is going to change. And it's not just necessarily for adoption of a stranger. It could be you end up adopting a family member. It could be that you end up fostering a family member. It could be that your cultural community needs support and they need it could be that kids arrive from overseas and they need foster parents that are culturally sensitive to what they've come from. So it's super important to get started right away. I have something else to mention about. I'll see if I'll let Carla answer that same question about what was surprising for her.
It was the same thing, the process, and I love hearing now that the training is available virtually. That was the biggest, one of the biggest things that stopped us from getting the Pride training quickly enough in the process, because it was offered one night a week and they only ran a session at a certain time. So it's good to get in and get going as soon as you can. And you get the choice. You get to fill out an application. And if you don't feel you're capable of looking after a child with certain disabilities, then you say that. You're not signing up for anything right away, and just look into it and don't keep waiting.
It sounds, so you're very encouraging to people who, maybe are considering this. And like Aaron said, maybe someday I'll get there. Today's maybe the day that those calls start coming in. So be ready, Caitlin. So what was your other point that you wanted to make, Aaron?
Just with dealing with queer identifying kids, right? It's kids first. Right, like there's like they have a particular I guess position in the social world that we need to work out, and we need a little bit extra safety, a little bit extra awareness around things. But in the home, most conversations are eat your vegetables, brush your teeth, go to bed, clean your room, right? Like it's not any great mystery as to how to raise a queer identifying kid. It's you raise kids, and this is just something else that you help guide them through.
Absolutely.
Right?
So a lot less, I think. Yeah, let's just get beyond that hurdle. Kids are kids, and if you have desire to provide a loving home and a safe home and are going to put in the work to get that education, and I guess CAS is making it more and more accessible, then you're needed and you're wanted in this system.
Exactly. It's a lot easier now for people with, shift work or different work schedules where that commitment in person once a week isn't always possible. So yeah, we'll try to make it work for everyone.
Fantastic. And that's great to hear. I assume probably a little bit because of COVID. So we've had to switch a lot of things online. So we're used to getting our education this way and getting our information this way, and sometimes watching TV this way as well. We are going to have to take another short break, but we will be back with more LD and ONT after the break. And we'll be talking a little bit more to Carla and Aaron about maybe the joys of bringing a child into their home and some really great stories about what it's like to be an adoptive parent. So please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
I started playing softball when I was 5 years old.
I loved it because it was all about having fun with my friends, and it still is.
From little kids to adults to seniors, softball is a sport for everyone. Join us.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back to LDN ONT TV. I've been speaking to a couple of adoptive parents, as well as Caitlin from the CAS of London and Middlesex. Aaron, Carla, I want to give you an opportunity just to talk a little bit about what it has meant to you to have this youth in your home and to, what she's bringing to your lives.
Well, for me, it's really being able to do those first time things with it, right? Like those things that when you're helping a kid grow up and it's like first time to high school and helping her through the high school and the helping her get through that apprehension sitting in the parking lot going, I don't want to go in there, I'm afraid. And we're like, okay, we'll go together and we go do that. Likewise, buying the driving book, right? Like, so she's now learning the street signs and seeing them on the road when we drive by and trying to figure out what they're for. That's the part that I like, is where you get to be they're explaining new things as an adolescent grows. That's where I really get the feeling. That's why I like.
And how about from her perspective? Like, do you have anything that you can share with our viewers? Obviously, with keeping everything confidential, but what would she say if she was here?
I would say that she is happy to finally have a spot where the whole queer identifying piece is not front and center, right? It's a part of what it is, but if someone in our family finds out that she's trans, she knows that she's not going to get kicked out, right? Or she knows that, and I think that for her, that's the important part, where she's becoming very comfortable as an individual because she has this big shadow over her back. And that, a trans kid's going to be facing that probably for the rest of their life. Like there's always going to be acceptance problems, but those acceptance problems shouldn't be where you sleep, right? So if you're in here, it's like, the realities around that are just commonplace dinner time conversations, right? And just seeing her grow as a person because she doesn't have to hide this piece of herself. I think that's what she would say. In a 15-year-old way somehow.
So for people who want to get involved in the system, have experiences and have opportunities to help, like Carla and Aaron, Caitlin, call you, go to the website.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
Do it today. I think the message again is do it today. Don't wait. It's not that bad. It's not that difficult of a process. And at the end of the day, I think Aaron, Carla, you can probably just say you probably get as much out of it as you give.
Oh, absolutely. And just to reiterate, I know we're really close here, but it's like, you don't put in the application and then the stork drops off a kid, right? Like there's like you have time to breathe and all that time. So make the call today. Seriously, they need people.
All right. So end of our show. Now you've got a number to call. We end this episode. My name is Brona. Thank you for joining us this week. Caitlin, Carla, Aaron, thanks for being here. And we hope you'll tune in again for more LD and ONT TV next week on Rogers TV.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
Safe channels for motorized boats, especially with deeper drafts, are generally marked with channel markers. Most are red or green and are either floating ones, called buoys, or on shore, called day beacons. Another caution you should be aware of is this: a diving flag. A diving flag indicates diving activity in progress, and you should stay at least 100 feet away.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here. One of the great things about going around and chilling and grilling with people all over London is I meet some fantastic folks and have some great